All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Carlos, I am doing fantastic. It is Friday. It feels like the first Friday of the year, although technically it's the second. If you remember, last week we were ending what we called a week of Fridays. When every
That's
trading
right.
day was
Yeah.
Friday. But the actual Friday trading day was fantastic and didn't feel like a Friday. So this is the first time, anyways, I said that it feels like a Friday. And I just thought that I would celebrate this first Friday.
Look at you.
There you go. I wanted to join
boy,
the
oh
party
boy.
because last night we crossed the 600,000 subscriber threshold, and I thought that was fantastic. And I wanted I had to get access to some faces here. So now look at this. Now I can join the party.
Look at this.
Yeah,
Let's stop the
we
music, DJ. Let's get these.
I joined Lambos and garbage trucks. Here we are. There. I paid my $5. Now I can put them all in. There we go.
There it is. Peter Donnelly, 1754. Now that is a whiskey user tag right there. I love it.
There you go. There you go. That's
does the 1754 means anything, or that was just random?
I have no idea how that got assigned. It has nothing to do with my username. I don't know how it got there. It wasn't there before, and then suddenly that's my name. So
that's your name.
Don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
There it is, guys. Peter has joined the Lambos and Garbage Truck. We'll mark this date January 9th. I just joined like a month ago too, so we're not too far behind. And it's the only way that you're able to actually look at the members' videos. There's no way around it. Like even as a moderator of BBT, YouTube will not let me access videos. I mean, there's a video that I made. I made the video. I posted it. I put it up. I can look at it. I'm like, geez. All right, so I joined.
I know.
There it is. All right, friends. Pierre, good to have you.
Pierre's being mean to me. He said, "Is that my birth year?" I mean, I'm sure it was a great year.
Yeah.
No, actually, that would be pretty awesome.
Be impressive.
If it was my birth year. That means I'm doing pretty well. I look pretty good, don't I?
Damn well. Damn well. All right.
280 years old.
Absolutely. Anyway. Absolutely. All right, friends. Let's get to it. Quick look at our gappers. We got some data we're going to go over quickly, but just quickly here, a lot of stuff in the green. The market's reacting to the data Peter's going to let you know about right now. And as you can see here, it is loving it at the moment, right? We've seen it react like this before in the past and come back, but right now it is loving it. And I love the daily on this, all-time highs not so long ago, and we might be in to retest that number, so we'll see. Peter, give us a U.S. economic calendar and what's going on for today.
Yeah, we've got a whole lot of data that came out. I'm just getting it all recorded now so that we can see what's happening. And as you can see, we got hourly earnings, building permits, housing starts, non-farm payroll, which is out, and generally, I don't know. I mean, the data's up and down on the different reports you can see here as I'm populating it. It's coming in. Really, it's not significant. The only one that really matters probably is the unemployment rate, because that's one that gets watched by the Fed and most closely to make economic decisions against. And it is a little lower than expected at 4.4% versus 4.5, which is still, I mean, that's relatively high. But I feel like the economy's gotten used to that. I mean, that's actually average for Canada, but this is the U.S. So U.S. unemployment rate, they were targeting under 4, and for a couple of years we were there, right? Through the end of the pandemic, through last year, and most of 2023, actually, the unemployment rate was significantly lower. But we've creeped up now to this relative level. You know what? Again, like we said so many times, while it's slightly above the target, and it's been partially the justification for the Fed to keep the rates where they've been. Has the market cared? Nah, come on, man. All-time highs, baby. Let's go. You can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop. Let's go. So here we are. Can you tell I'm enthusiastic? I went for a run this morning. I must still be on like a runner's high or something. I got all sorts of energy right now. Anyways, I'm sure I'll crash later, but
This is gonna be
here
good. Oh, oh
I am. All
man,
right.
I love it, love it. I went to the gym today. I wake up early every day, but today I did
Huh?
decide, you know what? Let me go to the
Yeah.
gym, and
Good for
I'm a
you.
morning person, and man, the energy is just high. Like it really is
Yeah.
something. It definitely changes you. I mean, I love going to the gym in the morning. It's just been a while. But today took the opportunity to do that. So I'm with you, Peter. Full of energy this morning. Let's hope we don't crash a little bit later. All right, friends. Let's dive into this beautiful gappers list here. A lot in the green so far this morning, and we'll start with the first one. It's going to be ANPA. So ANPA right now, what do we have going on? We have a gap up of 110%. So we got a nice move up here. 520,000 shares traded. Hard to borrow on it. Float is 3.6, so lower float ticker. And you can see the massive move over the last couple of days. It hasn't really done anything, and today we're rocking. But you know who's rocking? This guy right here, Trade Hub 12. He has joined the Lambos and Garbage Truck. He is joined the party. So thank you, my friend, for being part of the team there. So Peter, anything good happening with this?
Um, it's actually this is a relatively recent IPO. If you look at the daily, you've got no data earlier than about July when this thing IPO'd, and today is the day when a lot of the lockup period expires. If you're not familiar with that, when things IPO and you get in pre-IPO, which means you probably got a discounted price. Usually there's a period of time in which you can't sell after it goes public. So you can't just like sell the first day and capitalize. You're supposed to hold it for a period of time. And there's different lockup periods depending on what tranche of pre-buying you sign up for and what your deal is and how many you buy. And there's anyways, it's all it's all funny business. But anyways, there's a big lockup period that expired today, and it doesn't look like many people are selling, and that's caused the stock to jump quite significantly. So that's good news. Now, what this could mean though is with a 100% jump, which is highly suspicious, by the way. There could be a lot of people in who are now have lockup expiry that you'd think you'd maybe want to take advantage, right? Basically, you're at all-time high for the stock. You're twice what you were yesterday. You might want to take a little off the table. So we might see this thing slide when the market opens. While it's got volume, Carlos, we're at 500,000 shares, and it's not the type of thing we would trade. I mean, this is what is the company? Rich Sparker. Wow, I can't even say it. Rich Sparkle Holdings. It doesn't even have. They don't even have a website. Like, they're based out of Hong Kong. They're in the specialty business services, which basically means nobody knows what they do. So I don't know. They provide engages in the provision of financial printing and corporate services, typesetting, proofreading, reading, translation, design, and printing of listing documents. Wow, that sounds like it's worth 100% jump. Anyways, I let's move on.
Yeah, yeah. I love the action. Love a stock being up 108%. You don't see that every day. But again,
No.
it's not gonna meet our criteria here, friends. Continuing off this list, oh, good buddy. I like that. This is gonna be a good day today. Look at OKLO. OKLO
Yeah,
is up 17.7. I have not. I saw the list, but I haven't not like looked at it. Looked at it like by ticker. What's going on, man? This is big.
it's a
Big pop
good
today.
day. It's a good morning for Oklo. They have announced that they are part of a big deal that Meta has signed to get access to nuclear energy. We've talked about this in the past. Anybody who's running big AI data centers is struggling to find power services, especially if you're trying to run them within the US. The power grid is stretched, and there's an expectation that AI is going to cause problems. Remember, we talked late last year, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how some of the deals that were being signed with power companies where the AI data centers would get preferential treatment. And that means that if you're a poor old, on the northeast coast there, Carlos, and you're trying to run your air conditioner this summer, you might see brownouts because the data centers get the power first. And if there's enough power left over, then you can power your house. If not, it sucks to be you. So we'll see how that actually works, but that's the deal. But also, they're trying to find alternate power sources. OKLO, Vistra, and TerraPower were three of the big companies that Meta signed deals with to get access to nuclear energy. OKLO's contracted to provide up to 1.2 gigawatts of capacity in Ohio. And anyways, it's a good deal for OKLO. Now, you have to keep in mind, OKLO has not actively deployed a single nuclear generator yet. They've got plans for it, they've got designs, but to the best of my knowledge, there's no deployment. So this is all very speculative. I love trading OKLO. I think it's, it can be good. Well, I don't love trading it. And we've watched it, Carlos, and it actually has given trade opportunities. But they are still, this is still sort of risky. Because, who knows where this thing's going to go. I can't wait for the first church to open and we can pray to the God of nuclear power. So I say that just because, if you recall, if you just just go to their website, just oklo.com, and you'll see their design for their power centers absolutely looks like a church. I love it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
anyway.
It's definitely very interesting. All right, friends. Continuing here, OKLO definitely on the list. Added that to that list at the bottom there on the primary. We see how this goes. Continuing here, VST is next. We saw this, was it yesterday or something? I don't remember, but look at it go today, man, too. Also looking pretty good, up 17.5, 1.3 million shares traded. Float on this one also high, very similar to OKLO. OKLO's 123, this is 316, so both on the mid to large float there. Peter, anything good on VST? Vistra Corp looking good in the pre-market.
Exact same news. They're one of the other companies that is part of this big deal that Meta signed to provide power for their AI needs. So Vistra Corp has got a 20-year agreement with Meta. They're going to supply even more, 2.6 gigawatts of nuclear power. So there you go. It's everybody's there now. I do believe that. I think that they're actually already running their nuclear power, but I'm not as familiar with Vistra. But I'm pretty sure they're already generating power. So at least they've got a real thing.
Yes, something is actually working here. All right. Secondary, I mean, it's up 17%. Secondary list here. OKLO will be my favorite to watch today on that news, but I will be watching this one on the secondary list here. Continuing, guys, Cure, I see this is quantum or no? I think everything starts with Q now, it's a quantum stock, but not necessarily true.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what this is. QURE. It is up here 15%, 216,000 shares traded. It looks okay. Doesn't look great. What is this one, Peter?
Yeah, anything that starts with a Q, we immediately think it must be a quantum stock, right? Because we've got the qubits and the QBTS and all those other ones. But no, this is the Biotech. They've been on and off the list over years in the last number of years. In this case, they had a quick announcement that they are meeting with the FDA to talk about their accelerated pathway approval for their Huntington gene therapy treatment. So good news, but nothing definitive. Again, biotech stuff generally we avoid. If you remember yesterday, Carlos, there was one MLTX that we said, oh well, it's a biotech. It had what looked like decent news. Let's take a flyer on it. I did put it on my list, and frankly, it reminded me why I don't bother looking at biotechs, because it had all that great move pre-market. What did it do at the open? It dropped about I don't know, $3-4, and then went flat for the rest of the day. So waste of time watching that. So Cure, no thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, we'll leave that one alone, friends. Let's continue here. Let's look at the next one, APVO on deck. Wow, APVO up 13% now, but it shot up all the way to 14.17, has lost $4 from the pre-market high. So again, already I'm just like, this is not my thing. And it is a 4.7 million shares flow, so it's on the lower side of things. Typically not something I'm going to have on deck. I think today we'll find something better. Even off this gappers list, I think there's better tickers towards the bottom that we're going to find here. So Peter, leaving this one alone, anything you like on it? What's the news, if any?
They yeah, this is like $0 in sales. I see less than 1 million shares in the float. Bottom line, they got a lifeline. They secured a line of credit, a $60 million line of credit, which means they now have enough money to continue to operate until 2029 to develop their pipeline of drugs. This is a biotech, in case I didn't mention, Aptivo Therapeutics. So yeah, it's not. I mean, it basically means they survive for at least another couple of years until they can hopefully get something to market.
I'm not hitting the button right today. I am off on the button this morning. Okay, off sync with the mute button here.
Yeah.
All right, RVMD. What is this? Oh wow, look at the daily here. So, $80 just 2 days ago, popped up to 104, back down to 95, back up to 112, and now doing 124. So I mean, this is just all over the place. Float on this 173 million. Did not expect that. We got to confirm that because it's moving like a low flow. This is moving like something much lower. So there must be some kind of news, Peter, I would believe, given what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I think they've got two bits of news, and I've got to imagine this is strategic. This is Revolution Medicines, another biotech, and I think they're putting the pressure on. So today they announced that they've got the approval by the FDA as a breakthrough therapy designation on a drug that I can't pronounce. However, previously they'd announced that they were in talks with Merck, where Merck was potentially interested in buying them. So that combined with the FDA approval, right, shows this is probably why Merck wanted to buy them. But to go public with that, as you can see, raises their profile and their price, which puts pressure on Merck in their bid to make it a little more lucrative. So I got to bet that the executives over there have got their fingers and toes crossed, looking for a good offer that would match or beat the current stock price. And if they get that, you got to bet they're signing on the dotted line as fast as they can to take whatever their multi-million-dollar payouts look like. With this being a company that's worth, I mean, they've got a $20 billion market cap, which is a lot higher as of this morning. This would be yesterday's recorded market cap, when their price was $20 lower than it is now. And yeah, the insiders own about, let's say, 15% of it. So yeah, there's a good couple $1 billion there for grabs. I've got to believe, by most of the people that are rubbing their hands in glee. So tradable though, unlikely. I mean, you never know, right? It depends on what the news is. Merck might back out of the deal, which you'll see this thing drop hard. Or Merck will come in with an offer in which you'll then see the price go to match that offer, depending on what it is. Our best case for a tradable option would be if Merck comes in with an all-stock deal, which means that it'll be tied to the Merck stock, which gives it a better chance to move. But even so, Carlos, I don't think it's worth our time.
Yeah, I love to be in something long like this. It can go $15, $20, but yeah, this is not going to be too risky. All right, friends, let's take a look at what else is next here. We'll do maybe two more. Oh, look at TRY. It's on deck this morning, up 11%. We'll see what's driving that. Let's do two more off the top here, and we'll look at SPRY and SMR, and then we'll hop around a little bit. So SPRY this morning, this is ARS Pharmaceuticals. Again, Peter just kind of spoke about this a little bit. These pharmaceutical companies, these medical companies, again, they just don't trade very well. Float on this one is 59 million, so a little bit on the higher side. But again, it doesn't fit our style of trading. So I'm going to skip on it, man. I'm not sure if there's any news you want to share.
This is going to sound horrible, but I said I was going to avoid conflict, but ARS Pharmaceutical gains Chinese approval for their epinephrine nasal spray. So the China's National Medical Products Association has approved their nasal spray for use in China. So that's good. That opens a good market for them. I have to admit, this is the first time I've ever seen a Chinese uh, approval process. I didn't even know there was one. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like we talk about the FDA in the US all the time. Canada's got one. The UK, I mean, almost every country's got an approval process by which you can release drugs. I have to admit, I sort of just thought it's China, man. Anything goes. But I guess they must have some process. That's a little unfair of me, I suppose, to have thought that. But anyways, there you go. So they got approval in the Chinese market.
All right, there it is. All right, friends, and then the last one I wanted to look at from the gappers list from the top here is SMR. So SMR, yeah, we've been talking about it with my good buddy Mojito in chat here, and yeah, SMR's been just cranking. So on the second here, you can see it moved up at beginning of the year. Really, beginning of the year has been very active. Today we're up 12.5, 6.2 million shares traded. Definitely in play. We did trade this. Was it last? I think was it Friday or this week? I can't remember. We did have one trade some time ago on this one. Might be in play today again, Peter. What's your thoughts on it? Looks good pre-market.
Yeah, I think that they're just getting dragged along with the rest of the nuclear companies with this big deal from Meta. To the best of my knowledge, they are not one of the companies that's listed in Meta's deal. But as part of the sector, it's just good news, right? Because if Meta signs a deal and locks up a bunch of the capacity that these companies are building, again, even if OKLO is pre-production, the fact that they're getting it locked up. Remember, they had OKLO had an earlier deal with the U.S. Air Force. They were building their first plant out in Alaska somewhere, presumably far enough away from habitation that if something bad happens, no one gets hurt. But anyways, the SMR, is just seems to be riding the wave. So, rising tide raises all ships, as they say, and looks like SMR is just, living to that.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it on here next to OKLO, see what we can get out of it. Again, might not be anything, but I think worth having on the list. All right, so that covers it for me, Peter, as far as the gap up list brought to you by our beautiful trading terminal website here. Anything you like on the gap up that we haven't covered?
Yeah, there's a lot of green on the screen today, so it puts all my favorites back in play. Yesterday, we did have opportunity. I've got to say, I was still frustrated all day at having missed Nvidia on the good drop, but this morning it's gapping up. Tesla's gapping up. PLTR is up. Pretty much all the semis except for Qualcomm, oddly, are all gapping up. So yeah, pick whichever one you want. Meta, of course, with them locking up some power, it's not as big of an impact for them. But yeah, I think you can, trade whichever you want. Carlos, yesterday you were talking about some of the stocks that you don't normally look at. Like, I think it was Amazon, right? You were looking at when it actually got a surprisingly strong move off the open. And it's been, look at Amazon over the last few days. I mean, it's headed back towards the all-time high. It's not there yet. It's still got a ways to go. To 260, 258.60 is, I think, the all-time high that it hit at one point back in somewhere back in November, I think. So, we're getting closer anyway. So when it gets there, it could be very interesting. For now, might be worth watching. But yeah, pick your favorite off of the movers and shakers list, right? The usual suspects.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. You're right. Amazon has been trading a little bit better than it normally does. I mean, you could just see it on this daily, the moves we're getting out of it. So today, quiet starts the pre-market activity. You normally can't do a lot with the pre-market action. You just got to watch it. Market open, if it's going to trade well, it can give you some pretty nice momentum moves. All right, let's continue with what's gapping down today. So far on my list, OKLO, SMR, VST. on the list. All of those looking very, very active today. Next year, AXTI on the gap down now. This is down 13%, 1.5 million shares traded. We saw this not so long ago. If you guys remember, it was here on the gap up, right? So made our gap up list about 2 days ago. It didn't make it yesterday, I don't believe, in here, which is kind of coming down from the recent moves on the way up here. So I didn't like it then. I think I'm not going to like it now, Peter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is a semiconductor that we don't normally spend any time looking at, AXT Inc. They had to reduce their guidance. They reduced their Q4 guidance on the news that apparently they've got a delay in getting some export permits from China. That delay has, not allowed them to ship as much product as expected, and they had to reduce their revenue guidance as a result. So that's why it's dropping here this morning, Carlos. Again, maybe it's a decent day for it. I mean, the volume is actually pretty good this morning, 1.5 million shares. If I look at the minute by minute price action, I can't see where those shares sit though. So, it's not all that active right now. So while I like the overall volume and I actually like the news for trading, I don't love what I'm seeing on the chart itself. So the daily chart looks good with it having spiked up over the last few days. That gives it still more room to run to the downside, right? I mean, in the last 3 days, it's gone from $16 to $26. So that's a pretty, that's a big move higher that we could retrace. So there's lots of room for this. It might be worth watching. I would say, Carlos, unless we find something better, it might be worth putting on a secondary. But I'm really skeptical as to whether it's going to come and play. I got to see the volume pick up a little bit.
Yeah, same here. We'll leave it alone. Lunar is next off the gappers list, friends. This is down 4%. Intuitive Machines, 452,000 shares traded right now. And look at the daily. It has been actually moving pretty well here, quietly, but it has been moving towards the upside. So not really tradable. Looks like the moves are very small compared to the beginning when this move started. On the list today with active pre-market activity. Peter, is it making your list today? I know we talk about it quite a bit, but I don't think we rarely put it on the list. So I don't know if today you're feeling it this morning.
Yeah, I mean, look, space is in the news. I feel like I have to say it that way now every time because you told me
Yeah.
how you were upset when I didn't. So.
Oh yeah, the chat went off. The chat was like, "What? Space, Peter." Space.
Anyways, all right. Yeah, space is in the news, and it's getting a lot more focus on Wall Street. More analysts are coming out. Lunar's got. They actually had a couple of new analysts follow them, although they did get a formal downgrade from a Stifel Capital, which put them from a buy to a hold status. They still have a $20 target, which is above the current price. Most of the targets listed out there are somewhere between 17 and $20, which is right in the current price bank, which is not great, right? You really want the analysts to do what their usual crazy stuff and say they've got a $25, $30 price target, right? Something well above your current price. But anyways, that's all a game. Don't get me going there. I'm too good of a mood to talk about analysts today. But unfortunately, yeah, they're moving down, I think, on that downgrade.
Yeah. So there it is. Won't be on my list. Let's look at Rio here. Rio this morning. We've seen it many times, and I also don't like the way it trades. A foreign ticker, if I remember correctly. And again, you can see here how small the dailies are. Lately, though, they've been moving better. Lately, they've been moving a lot better. Look at the daily here. So much interesting as far as that goes. Pre-market action, getting some volume here, but still looks messy. I don't know. Where is this 662,000 shares traded? I don't see it here. This looks brutal. So, yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, Rio Tinto is one of the world's largest miners, and they're poised to become the largest global mining company in the world. I had a chance to work with Rio Tinto back in corporate life, them and BHP Billiton, which is one of the other companies that, unless you're in the industry, would probably have never heard of. But they're both massive mining companies, some of the largest publicly traded ones in the world. And anyways, Rio's apparently they're looking to buy Glencore's coal mining operations in a $200 billion deal. Sorry, it's a $70 billion deal for Glencore, which would make them worth over $200 billion. So big, deal here. We'll see if it closes. Not tradable in the best of the times. So we usually just, bypass it because I'm pretty confident this is dual traded because Rio Tinto is South African based, unless they've moved, but they used to be. So yeah, this is traded on multiple markets. So
Yeah, don't like it here. And the last one on the gap down list is going to be Baba, which is again one of my favorite Chinese tickers to trade. This
Brazil?
morning,
I thought they were South African. Maybe I got that wrong.
hmm,
Maybe it was the BHP Billiton, one of their before they merged, one of their companies was South African. You're right. I did get that wrong.
okay.
In any event,
Gotcha.
my bad.
So
Sorry.
yeah, so here's Baba and some new member in chat. By the way, welcome to the chat here and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. They mentioned Baba had a big day yesterday. Man, I did not see this. Look at this, 146 to 152. So just looking at the pre-market, the intraday action for yesterday, just took off at the market open. So very nice there. Then went pretty flat for the rest of the day, but had an amazing market open. Today they're pulling back from that, down 2.1. Could be interesting today, but I don't know. We've seen it not trade like yesterday on most days. Today definitely could be interesting. I like the gap down here. Maybe an opportunity to head back to where it was, 147, or say, hey, we like the news. Let's go back to 154. There could be some action there. Volume is okay. It's not as much as we would like, but it's worth putting on the list, I think, Peter. What's the news from yesterday, by the way? Anything on it? Anything in particular?
No, not that I saw. Let's see here. Sorry, I was busy researching Rio Tinto because I was trying to figure out more about them. But anyways, apparently, interesting. Early this morning, Bloomberg had a report that Baba told Nvidia that it's interested in ordering over 200,000 of their H200 AI chips. This is their high-end AI chips. And that would, I mean, that's a big order, right? Those chips are not cheap. Like each one of those chips is, I don't know how much they cost. $50,000, something like that, 100 grand, something like that. They're not cheap chips, anyways. So to order 200,000 of them is big, especially now. The question mark in this is that the Chinese government just came out and told Chinese companies that they had to curtail all orders of chips from U.S. manufacturers, especially Nvidia. So that order is a little bit at odds with that statement from the Chinese government. Maybe Baba's going to be deploying it outside of China. Tough to tell. I mean, they do have global operations. But you got to think the Chinese government is going to have something to say about that. So yeah, we'll see how this pans out. But the fact that they believe that they're in the market to buy that many chips is sort of good news for the sector overall.
All right, there you go. I'm going to put on a secondary just because I like Bob and the way it trades when it is in play. So I'll do that, and then we'll see where it goes from there. All right, friends. That covers the entire gap down list. Did we miss anything? Did anything else pop up? Flix? What's this? FlyX came flying in this gappers list. We'll see what's going on. They what is this? Fly Executive. American Stock Exchange, hard to borrow, float is 20 million. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but again, lower flow stock, be very careful. It looks a little bit messy, just has 3.1. I don't know where this volume is coming from. Plus American Stock Exchange, I typically don't like stocks there for actual companies. I don't mind trading some exchanges there, some ETFs, all good. But actual stocks, their price actually could be a little weird. So Peter, I'm not going to consider this one. Only adding Baba from this gap down list. Anything else you like?
Yeah, we're still having a debate over where Rio Tinto is based, although it doesn't really matter at this point. Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, Percival's right. Now that he said it, it sounds familiar that they were. You're right. They're from Brazil originally. Maybe they've changed their where their headquarters are, because they list their headquarters said in London and Melbourne. So, I know I worked with them. What was considered their head office out of Melbourne, but I thought they were technically based elsewhere. Anyways, doesn't matter. I like Nvidia. I think this news on Nvidia could give it some more momentum. It usually moves well. I just looking up. Yeah, the H200 chip is $30 to $40,000, depending which jurisdiction you buy it in. So yeah, for a purchase of 200,000 units, and let's even put it at the low end of the price at $300,000. That's a $6 billion order of chips that Baba has put in there. So whether it comes to fruition or not, it just sort of it's a good news sign for the backlog, Nvidia's backlog, right, and the demand for their chipset. So I'll be watching them pretty close today. We already mentioned, just the rest of the tier one stocks, the that we tend to watch, the Magnificent Seven so-called stocks. Other than that, we didn't look at Quantum yesterday, Carlos, and Quantum was actually moving nice right at the open, but then it made some pretty big pullbacks. It was I wouldn't say it was easy. Like, I really look at the trading over the first couple of hours, and oh my goodness, it was up and down and up and down. Uh, but if you're a momentum trader and you were able to read the signs, there was some good trading in there. You could potentially have taken advantage of. I like the moves later in the day when it sort of settled at the high and then sold off. So I'm thinking that I sort of short changed myself by not looking at it. And then we have to keep in mind some of the what I'll call secondary stocks that we were talking about earlier this week. SanDisk, for example, SNDK, Applied Materials, or sorry, Applied Digital, APLD. Right. I mean, I think they're still in play. If you look at the volume, like SanDisk's volume has continued to be a lot higher than average, about twice what their average volume is over the last few days. And Applied yesterday, I mean, their volume was 91 million shares compared to about 30 million on average. So, they tripled their average volume. So that, just that volume being in play yesterday, I think means that you might be worth watching again today. So that's what I've got on my radar.
Gotcha. Peter, so I asked Super Grok. I don't know, there was a super one. I thought it was just a regular one. Where is this Rio Tinto from? And it looks like they have office in London and Melbourne. So they have both. There's their addresses. And they're both head office. Can you have two head office? I guess you could have two head office. Right?
Uh yeah, sure. Why
Yeah.
not? And
So,
and K So is giving us some history back to 1873, the founding of Rio Tinto, which was a
mm-hmm.
syndicate of British and European investors, but they invested in Spanish copper mines. But then the Spanish government went nearly bankrupt and had to sell it and to raise funds. So, anyways, they've got a long and varied history. Yeah, it's not reputed to be. Someone says, I think Percival is saying, I remember them being called one of the worst companies in the world. Yeah, mining companies typically not the best companies to work for. You know, it
yeah, for
depends on where
sure.
you're at, what part of the operation. Some parts of the operation are actually really good. Like if you're working in the tech or the development side, they pay really well. They've got excellent benefits. Like that can be really good. But that's the corporate side. If you're out at the mining site, it's often less. It's a very interesting business model. Anyways, having worked inside it, mine managers have large autonomy, levels of autonomy over their mines, and basically it's all about safety, but it's about reportable safety. So, then you get into this whole game about, do you report everything or not? Do you want to be the one that says it's not safe? Because that's a huge hit on, can everybody picture the, 0 days since the last incident, right? You don't want to be the one to make it go back to zero. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's fascinating business, frankly, it's really cool if you go out there, and especially if you've never been beside an active mining, like into an active mining site. Carlos, you know those giant trucks that are literally the size of a building?
Yeah.
If you actually, you know, I was having conversations as those things trundled by. It's almost boggles the mind that we've built a moving vehicle that big.
Mm.
and
That's
and and those are small compared to some of the mining, the digging machines that are literally the size of like a 10-story building. That you know. Anyways, it's amazing the size of the equipment that they have out there. It's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. Um, all right, friends. I think we are set. That's our gappers list. I'm probably gonna be adding some usual suspects to this list. I'm probably gonna add some quantum stuff as you mentioned, Peter, at least to the secondary, to see if anything can come off of that. But that's it for now. I don't see anything else that I love here off this list. Just checking quickly. Intel. Let's talk about Intel for a little bit. This stock has been so active. I mean, it is insane. Every time I don't watch it, it does some crazy moves. So, yes, I had a nice sell off. I am going to put it on the list today. I find it really hard to put it on a primary list. I will put it on a secondary, though, for sure. And I want to take a look at that a little bit later. All right, friends, let's get to you guys. See what you guys like this morning. Starting here in our chat. Let's take a look at what our friends are looking at. Yes, that's a pretty big dumpster truck there you got. Let's see here. What do we have? Going up here. Tickers. No tickers. Just gifts of mining. Let's see what else. Okay. VST. Yeah, I have VST on the list. That one is on my secondary right now, but that is very, very active, guys. Up 17% this morning. I like this one.
Yeah, those earth movers. Yeah, Matt H. That's exactly the picture that I've got. That you can't understand the size of that thing unless you've been beside one there.
Yeah.
We used to. I part of my division. I used to operate the IT services on mine sites, and we had pickup trucks that I kept as part, you know, for my crew to be able to get from place to place. And on the pickup trucks, you had to have these 30-foot tall flags that you had to put on it, because otherwise those giant dump trucks, they couldn't see you. Like a full size Toyota Hilux, they couldn't see them because they were so small compared to the size of the dump trucks. You had to have these giant flags just so they knew you even existed. And we had a couple of cases of those those pickup trucks literally being flattened just because somebody parked it in the wrong spot and the truck didn't see it, and it rolled over. And honestly, there was one case where we actually had video of it where the truck rolled over. Can you imagine flattening a Toyota Hilux and you didn't even notice? They did not notice that they'd run over it.
I mean, this thing is breaking rocks. If it breaks that piece of metal, it doesn't even feel it.
It was
more plastic than anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Anyways.
Yeah. All right, friends, park your car in the right spot. You know, make sure you do that when you're in a construction site. It's very important to read the fine print. You know, don't park here. Don't park there. Like, come on.
Well, there's you go through a lot of safety training before you're even allowed to move a vehicle on a mine site. But even so, mistakes happen. So
mistakes happen. Yeah. Thankfully, he was not taking a nap or something in it. That would have not been pretty.
Well, there was nobody in it either.
Yeah. Thank God. All right, guys. See some tickers in chat, but again, some of the stuff you guys are throwing out I already have on here. IWM, I normally don't like. I watch it. I watch the SPY, I watch the Qs, but I normally don't just put it on my actual trade list, right? So it is moving here. Qs also slightly up. SPY slightly up this morning. As we are just getting ready for the market open. MU's been mentioned a couple of times. So I look at MU here. You know, MU is up here 1.7, 900,000 shares traded. Had a great sell-off yesterday. I'll put it on the list. You know, I'll put MU on the list. Nvidia is also, I might fill this up with usual suspect if I don't have anything else. Rhinos, I see you're looking at a couple here. PFE, let's take a look at that one. PFE, not much going on right now. So this is kind of like your watch list to see what gets going, right? Netflix pretty flat at the moment as well. Tesla, we all love to watch Tesla here. Did actually break out yesterday. Gave us a little bit of a hard time. Did dip below the VWAP more than what we would like, and then it shot back up. So it wasn't as clean. But on the daily, I do like what we're seeing here. We're kind of slowing down this sell-off that we had the last month or so, seems like, right? So we just hit the all-time highs here for 90, like 99.98. It was couldn't get to 500. It's a little lower than that, I think. And then from there, say what, Peter?
Well, I was just going to say, there's been a couple of those where some of the stocks we've been watching have hit these prices and have not been able to move past it. I find that very interesting.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we were watching Nvidia for a period of time, and like there were people holding Nvidia's price at just below 185 and would not let it break. This was going into the close. Eventually, it did just before the close, but it did come back to that price at the close. So, yeah, I find that there's a lot of money out there that is trying to peg prices at certain levels, and Tesla and Nvidia are two of the big targets that they tend to, work that way. So yeah, be watching for that, right? This is why we talk about our levels. These levels are magic. But Paris was talking about his trading yesterday and how he sets his levels, and it's very important to understand where that price interest resides, because it can be very influential in how a stock moves.
Yeah, yeah. There's many questions about the tariffs today. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the decision goes. I mean, guys, this market is so damn strong. I'm telling you, man. I don't know. It's just I don't think it'll have an effect, of course, because we saw that effect. When was it on Liberation Day? When was Liberation Day? Was it one of these big drop offs? I forget which one it was. It's just
It was right after our
so no,
conference when we were in
was it
Vancouver
October?
last year. So it was
Oh,
right
was
at the end of
that?
March,
Yeah, that's right.
April.
So
They say
yeah, it
April,
was,
April
yeah, right
2nd.
here, right
Yeah,
here. So we are
yeah.
we are so far from that, and
Are you
yeah, it's
showing us? You're
just
not showing us that chart.
oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong here it is.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong slide. But right here, right in this area, right? Yeah, it was right over here. So
Yeah.
again, we are so far from that, and we have gone through so many different major things, and this market just continue to push higher. So I don't know. I think whatever decision is made now, and we kind of saw how Trump used the tariff. He used it more as a negotiation tactic more than anything. He gave people tons of extensions. I think in some countries we still have extensions, right? So it's been used more of a way to bring people to the table to negotiate, for him to have some kind of upper hand, and start these talks, right? So put the pressure on other people. So
Yeah.
let's see how it
So
goes. I don't know how it's going to affect the market. I don't think you're going to get
yeah,
like some significant drop or something.
I mean, we do have an expectation of this a ruling on the Trump tariffs. Um, but think about it. I'm trying to figure out what is the likely outcome. I mean, it really depends on when the announcement happens, how strong it is, what the ruling is. Like, there's lots of variables. I think all you can really do is watch and wait, and you're going to see the reaction likely in the market before you hear the news, right? So it doesn't really matter. You can sort of predict, hey, if the ruling goes this way, I think it'll go up or down. I don't know that it really matters because, unless you've got a Bloomberg terminal and you're going to see the news at the same time that it hits the price. Don't forget, Wall Street's got the fastest computers in the world, and those things are running, the most highly advanced AI quantum programs that are going to be, reading that news and, buying or selling as a result of that. So the market typically moves first, then we figure out what was the news that moved it. And I
Yep.
again, I don't know which, what's going to move it in which direction, right? Like, what if the courts rule that they're unlawful? Well, it doesn't mean they're going to unwind immediately. Does that mean the market goes up? Well, maybe not, right? It depends on the details of this. And the market, remember when the tariffs came in place, remember how they reacted when it was first announced, and even when we
Right.
had when the Trump administration was in active negotiations with all the, with the EU, with Canada, with Mexico, the market was not really caring that much, right? So is it going to
Yeah.
care about the rulings? I don't know. Like, again, I'm hoping the news happens because that's going to bring volatility. So you got to trade being aware of it, right? Factor it into your risk profile, but don't assume a direction because we just there's no way to predict what the market's going to do,
Yeah.
if anything.
Yep. No matter what gets decided, it can whatever the decision is, it can go up or down. It can really go up or down or not do anything. So Like you said, Peter, we'll wait for volatility, and that's how we're going to take advantage of that. A way to take advantage, guys, of our community and everything that's going on is to head over to bearwithtraders.com and you click on that webinars tab, and you can see what's happening for the next couple of days. Today's Friday, so we're going to focus on that. Peter will let you know what's happening today, and then also how you can join the BBT community.
Yeah, so it's on Fridays, we tend to take a deep breath and slow things down in the Bear Bull trading community to give you a chance to focus on your trades, to settle out your week, and to get yourself ready for next week. However, the one thing that we do consistently do, and I got to check if Mike's out there to make sure he's doing it this week because he has been on the road and very busy in the last little while. We typically do have a peak capital bootcamp trading program. All right, so Mike says yes, it will be happening today. So this is an opportunity for you to get ready for the peak capital bootcamp. If you signed up for we just started this section, but if you've already signed up for the next session, or you just want to sort of stay on top of this, then you would have already been informed of this. It's at noon. It's in the Google meeting room as part of the Peak Capital Trading Program. You just go to the website. Again, you should have an email with the details that gets you into that Google Meet, but that's at noon every Friday. So, and as Mike is reiterating, even if you're in this boot camp, right, it can be very valuable to go there to help settle your trading plan, to make sure you're focused on what you want to do. For anybody that was in my meeting, right, we had our Group C team meeting yesterday afternoon. As I was telling you, your homework for this week is to make sure that you have a strategy, more than just have a name of a strategy. Do you understand the rules of your strategy? And probably not, right? It's something you're still working on. That's fine. So take advantage of all the learning opportunities to help sort of get an understanding of how do I put this together? How do I make sure that my strategy is as robust as possible while understanding it's going to need improvement over time? This type of session will help you with that and help you understand how to then sort of focus on the right things to progress your journey. So noon today, again, for everybody in the current or scheduled for the next boot camp. Other than that, stay with us here. We've got this YouTube live channel going until noon. And of course, the chat room is open every hour the markets are open. If you want to join us in the chat room, which is your best place to just trade with other like-minded folks, then you should go to bearbulltraders.com and look up the membership options. Everything from the intro to the annual are available to you. And we would welcome you in the chat room anytime. Love being there. We have lots of fun. And it's a great, great group of people. So if you want to be part of that, join us soon. If not, then we'd love to keep you here on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the growth of the channel. Like we said, very excited today. It's our first day here on the Pre-Market Show with over 600,000 subscribers as part of this channel. So that's very exciting for us. And we thank all of you for being part of this journey and staying with us. And we appreciate you letting us into your trading day and to trade with us. So with that, Carlos, let's set a couple of levels. Moderators, get your lists in, and we're going to go live in the chat room in just a minute. And of course, we'll continue here on YouTube.
All right, friends, let's get to it. A couple of levels here we have just 4 this morning for me, starting with OKLO, which I really like the way this is setting up here. High of the pre-market is set at 121.80. Where is that? Yeah, 121.08. Excuse me, 121.08. So there it is. And then towards the bottom here, got a couple of days before we get to the low of the pre-market. We're going to have 109.08, and then actually the low of the pre-market is pretty much where the previous day close is. Like it's right on it. Is it? Yes, by 10 cents. 97.50 is the low of the pre-market. Previous day close, 97.60. So 10 cents apart there on those two, but I'm going to just keep it there. Before we move on, 103.02 is a good one. And then you're set all the way from the pre-market high all the way towards the bottom. As we're kind of going flat right now, pretty sideways at the moment, trying to dissect the news and see what's next. How is this going to affect OKLO? Do we want to go higher? Did we get an overreaction? Whatever it is, we're looking for volatility and movement out of that one. Towards the top, in case we do decide it is worth to go higher, 128.99, and then another area over at 136.44 for OKLO. Great volume this morning. I love the way this thing is trading today. Let's head over to SMR. SMR towards the bottom, plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing an amazing job here. And as we look to the left, right around 1921, good level there towards the bottom in case you do drop. And then towards the top, the high of the pre-market, we have 22.90. The price action just above an area of support and resistance, going to be 2153 is what I'm going to mark down. Actually, 2141 is what I'm going to mark down there on SMR. In case we do go higher, we are going to put a level over at 2587, and that does it for our good buddy SMR. So let's see if that trades well today. Here's MU. MU, you know, it's in play. I get it. Good volumes, but moving well. Man, it is such a hard stock to trade. It really is. 33.82 is the high of the pre-market towards the top. As you can see here, you have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You have your all-time highs. I mean, you are set when it goes, when it's looking towards the top. You're towards the bottom. I'm just going to add another level in case you do drop. Not a major significant support and resistance like this one here, but 315.41 is a good one to have just in case we do drop lower. And last but not least is going to be our good buddy Nvidia. So Nvidia here, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a good job towards the top. You got a lot of this stuff covered, so don't need to add anything else. Actually, no, I take that back. You do need to add 188.31. I think there you got so many days slamming into that. You definitely want to have that there. High of the pre-market, pretty close to the low from 2 days ago, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. And then below that, you got the previous day close for that covering the low of the pre-market right now, and you also have the low from yesterday. So a lot of levels being taken care of there with the highs and lows. So if we head over to the left, I'm just one level below in case we do drop lower and we lose some of these levels. 182.02, and then right over here around 181.92. So there it is. That is our levels for what we have on deck. Peter, what is our team watching this morning?
I'm on mute. We've got a lot of the common stock tickers on the list. Thor's going to be watching Nvidia, AMD, Apple, and PLTR. Eamon's got Netflix and Tesla for potential longs. Jared's watching PLTR, OKLO, Tesla, and ONDS. He's also adding Netflix to see if it does anything interesting. Mike has got OKLO and AMD on his list, and he's watching the canners. I think he means scanners. Megan's going to be watching PLTR, AMD, and Nvidia. Gary's got OKLO, Micron, Nvidia, and Tesla. Brian, trading live, Tesla, Nvidia, and OKLO. And then Brendan's got OKLO, AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, and Open. So there you go. Whatever you're watching, as was reminded by our members, you guys know the shtick by now, and thank our members for reminding everybody. You don't want to go into this weekend having traded poorly. Out there on YouTube, you were reminding each other, right? Trade smart on this Friday. Whatever you do, don't rush, don't force any trades. Let's see if we can go in at least knowing that we followed our rules, win or lose, right? That's more important than anything else. So let's focus on that. And here we go. There's my alarm saying we got 1 minute. Let's go, Carlos.
All right, let's do it. Friends on chat, have a great trading day. We'll see you guys a little bit later. We are going to continue here with our friends on YouTube and X. So let's do that. 1 minute to the market open. Nvidia 1 minute and 5 minute are set. And yeah, let's get ready to go, guys. Good stuff, good stuff. All right. Forgot to add Tesla. I want to add Tesla. Here. I'm going to add it right over here. It's fun to watch it. Wow, Nvidia going red, Tesla going red. Man, things are feeling a little bit weakish as the market is dropping a bit here. 5 seconds.
Let's remember, let's check the Atlas. So we'll see what happens here. All right, there's the opening bell. We're right at the break of red green here for both Tesla and Nvidia. Oh, and both are dropping a little bit on the open.
See that. Oh, dum.
I don't know if I trust this drop though. Like if you look at the Atlas on Nvidia, it's looking sort of bullish to the top side, but it's early, so it's tough. The Atlas it's tough to use that at the open because too many people are putting in last second orders, right? So
yeah, even level 2, like I find it the hardest to read at the market open, right? So sometimes people ask me, hey, for your 5 minute RB or for your breakout strategy, did you look at the Atlas or level 2? I'm like, not really. I did, but there was not anything one way or the other that came out of it.
Right.
All right, friends. Wow, Tesla, a lot of weakness. Nvidia, same.
Yeah, Tesla is really dropping.
I forgot to update some of my tickers here. OKLO Let's look at OKLO this morning. OKLO also taking a dive here. Chris, I agree. It might be a tough morning for ORBs. So you got to be careful.
Well, Apple's popping up if you're looking for something going higher.
What is SMR?
We got OKLO that also dropped. We got SMR that dropped. Again, I'm being cautious on these.
Yeah. Is the
Whoa.
tariff news at 10? People are saying what's going to happen with the tariff news. Is that at 10? Is it a set time for
Uh,
that? I don't think there's a set time.
it's
Is
yeah,
there?
I don't know because that's not a scheduled economic event, so it's not on
Right.
my calendar. So I was trying to find the news on that to see when we're expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm honestly not sure. So
Friends, I'm going long Oklo. I miss my entry, I think, here. No, hold on. I'm not. Hold on. Hold on. I love this engulfing pattern on it. The stock's been strong above the VWAP. No. Okay.
so
Didn't go.
when
That's
is
good.
this expected?
That's good. Didn't go. But I'm
The
looking for
Supreme
it.
Court doesn't. The Supreme Court
Mm-hmm.
typically doesn't give it like a timing for their, their rulings, right? The ruling will they'll tell you what day, but they don't normally say what time because they're not trying to they're not trying to move the markets. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't I don't know. Well, yeah. If anybody has any reference to exactly when it's supposed to come, I don't see a time. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
expecting it today, and it might even happen today, right? Like it's quite possible that they take extra time to review their rulings. I mean, there's got to be intense pressure from all sorts of different forces, right, on this ruling. So, it's a tough one. I've got to imagine that it's going to be, they're not going to want to have everybody sort of hinging a lot of financial data, of course, on the ruling. That would be
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes,
so.
yes.
Yeah,
I gotta figure this
we'll
out.
see. We'll see where we go.
It's so weird. I get like
Yeah,
this
OKLO is tough here.
major static when around the same time, 9:33, like when we go live. I don't know what it is. You guys
Hmm.
don't hear no static on your end, right? You guys are good on YouTube. Same time every time, so I don't know what's causing it. Um, it's very distracting. Mm. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Okay, all right, let's continue. We'll work with it. Oklo, friends, SMR. SMR, this engulfing was nice. I was liking the Oklo engulfing. Almost took it. Glad I didn't. Actually, when I was gonna go long, I say I'm going long. I didn't have the montage activated, so my order didn't send. But I would have been long here. Would have been long here, and then once I saw what was happening, it kind of prevented me from actually taking the long. So montage was locked. This would have been a stop out. So hey, sometimes errors work in your favor. This one did. This one did. Um, and SMR.
All right, I am short Tesla. Let's see if I can hold on here.
All right.
No, came back up and stopped me out. Again, I'm not taking any risk on this. It's too choppy, but I was hoping for a drop. It sort of popped down by about $1 on me and then right back up. So
Mm.
I don't this open trading, I still don't like it. It's
No, it's different. It's different.
it is very
But
different.
you done well. You had some good opening trades,
Yeah,
right?
we've had a
Yeah.
few that are good.
Yeah.
You can tell that I get a lot that are like out at break even, right? Because I just
Yeah.
don't want the thing moving against me. And sometimes that saves me, and sometimes it costs me opportunity. And I know that, and I'm trading that way because that's what I need to sort of retain my comfort level so that I can keep taking these trades. So, like right now, if I hadn't stopped out of Tesla, this would be where my stop loss was. So I'm happy that I got out at break even, right? It didn't end up dropping. So that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, Nvidia is
Anyways, what are you
putting like
looking
a
at there? Bloom Energy?
perfect.
Oh.
I was looking. Someone mentioned this, so I just kind of see what was going on. This was great yesterday. I mean,
Mm,
it worked out, but man, that drop
yeah.
was scary. But look
Oh
at
my God.
Nvidia.
That was
Look at
still,
Nvidia
yeah.
here. Yeah, that was scary. Nvidia 5 minute ORB. If we can get above this previous day close, got the VWAP. You got so much going on here. If we could break through this could be a nice long. And you could say, and you have so many levels to say your stop at. So let's looking for that. Let's see if it does do anything here. Let's see if it does anything here. Well, then which one? Which one has the VWAP breakout? Nvidia. Yes, Nvidia definitely does. Here didn't quite stick the breakout here. So we'll see. But there's so much going on here, man. If we can stay long above all this, it could be nice because then we can start hopefully to use this as support on the way up. But let's see. It's struggling right now. It's actually using as resistance, so it could be a good 5 minute ORB. I don't see it weak like that. And our market atlas tells us what it says here.
Mm. I tried Tesla short again, and again I got it at break even. It wouldn't break down. So
Here it is, Nvidia back up, friends. So it's a lot going on here.
mhm.
I like this. I'm gonna go long Nvidia, guys. Right at the previous day close. Let's see if we could stick the move higher, red to green move. Hopefully it doesn't give us a hard time, but if it does, we'll be out at 40 cents, 184.50, 184.60. We'll see if it can hold that. So I like the setup here. And look at the 5 minutes. So the 5 minutes are beautiful engulfing. I love this strategy. You see Andrew trade this a lot too. So let's see if we can stick it here and stay above all this resistance we got going on here. If that can become support, that'd be great. So
What happened?
184.60. What happened?
Whoa. Oh, I went long with you on Nvidia, but
Oh,
I must have hit my break even button again without even
no.
realizing it, and I got stopped at a break even when it just snapped down there a second
No.
ago. Come on,
Ah,
come on, come on,
dag.
move back
That's.
down. Just give me another
You want
chance.
no, don't move. No, Peter. It left you. It left you. That's it. Let it go. Don't move back down. No. You missed the bus, my friend. It happens.
Yeah, that's right. Carlos is all right.
yeah,
Fair
like no.
enough. For your sake,
No,
for
no,
your
no, no.
sake, I hope you're right.
You
Let
take
it
the
just
next
go.
one. Yeah, take the next one. We got to go up.
Yeah, take the next bus. Yeah. All
Oh
right.
man, next one is
Fair
coming.
enough.
Oh my goodness. All right, thank you, Nvidia. Thank you so much. All right, he almost listened to you. Started going down. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you
Hmm.
listening to Peter?
Yeah.
I'm
Well.
long. Oh boy. All right, partial
Oh,
here,
look at
friends.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I was in.
Oh,
Let's so I've got three trades this morning. All three I've stopped out at break even. So nothing to write home about here.
all right. Here we go, Nvidia. Let's
Ah,
see.
that's too bad. Look at this, Carlos. I didn't even mean to. And
Let me
I'm
see.
out.
Let me see. Let me take a look. Oh man. Wow, Peter.
It's
Wait, is that even break
That's too
even?
bad.
It is.
Well, I hit the button for stop at break even. I think it filled me. It gave me 2 cents. So yeah, it
Yeah.
filled me 2 cents above
Gotcha.
my entry.
Gotcha.
But anyways, that happens. And then of course, if I
Yeah.
flip over to the other chart, you can see my two trades on Tesla both sort of entered. It pops down, and that's when I move my
Mm-hmm.
stop to break even, and it comes right back, and I get out. Did the same thing
Yeah.
again, and I got out. So I'm okay with that. I'm tempted to go short Tesla again just to see
Yeah.
what it does here. But I don't trust it anymore because now that it's holding VWAP, it's sort of making higher lows, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't I don't know what it wants to do.
Yeah. Nvidia here pulling back towards the previous day close. Peter, you could. Oh, you could. No, I'll tell you, you can enter, but man, I think it did come to pick you up. But you were doing something else, and I was paying attention to you. I didn't realize it. But let's see. Let's see. It looks like a good spot, but let's see if it actually is going to work out. Struggling here. This is 185, 71 on Nvidia. We're struggling here. Let's see if we can use this all this area support. Hopefully, a lot of people are joining in here long. Let's hope that's the case. All right, OKLO, guys. Possible VWAP breakout on OKLO. This looks good, and this has been strong. So we got a tiny breakout here. This is the pullback. I don't know. Let's but it looks good. I liked OKLO for longer earlier here. I missed it, but this looks like it wants to go. It really does. All right, see if Nvidia can break this high 185.73. Need a nice big push through that if we can get it. It is having a difficult time. Yeah, here it is, having a difficult time. Market Atlas on Nvidia, checking now, because I was looking at Tesla. Nvidia. It's bullish, not like heavy bullish, but it is bullish on Nvidia on the Market Atlas. But it's not by much. But if you look at it here, you can see that we have more to the upside, even here in the close numbers than we do here. Like this is nothing. This is very dead. So we should go higher, and we are. So here it is, another parcel on Nvidia, friends. There it is, parcel there. Let's see if we can continue to dig into. So I got a parcel here. Let's see if we continue to dig into 186. Will be awesome. Right in this area. 17,000 orders, 18,000. Look at the orders climbing up. Yes. Let's go up there. 186. Falling. Look at that. See the action just build here. It's so timely too. Like market is very, very timely. Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
No, just the movement is very sort of subdued today. It's not as energetic as we've seen in the early days of this year.
This year has been great, but you're right. This is look at MU. But you're right. This is a little bit quieter than the other days. Agree.
Now, one of the things that we were watching pre-market, Carlos, that I said I needed to see more volume was AXTI, and it really didn't get any volume pre-market. But once the opening bell rang, a lot of volume came in, and it's moving quite nicely now, up towards $25. So,
wow, yeah,
I didn't. Yeah. I put it on a secondary chart just to watch it for fun to see if it does anything interesting, and it is moving. I'm just watching. I'm not really looking to trade it at this point, but.
Nvidia's back.
Did anybody
get out of Nvidia? We're at the previous day close. Yeah, I'm gonna get
right
out.
Down. Yeah.
Yeah. Right down.
Did anybody try AXTI? Wow, look at all the emojis you suddenly get by signing up.
Oh yeah, Peter. You are in, my friend.
All of these.
All of those.
I can give everybody a participation trophy, Carlos.
No, don't do that. Well, those I think that's not part of the. I think everybody had those. I think everybody.
No, I don't think I had those before I signed up.
Really? No, I think you did.
I don't think so.
I think the ones you didn't have. Yeah, the ones you don't have are the.
I mean, I definitely didn't have. I didn't have ours. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, whatever.
All right, friends. So I am out on Nvidia. We got two parcels in. Glad I took that second parcel there. Came slightly below my break even, so we were out there. I was hoping that it would bounce here, but it came down too low for me to hold through this pullback. But I was hoping for just this, for buyers to come back in and push this up. But it is struggling so bad here. It really is. So I don't know if it has the strength to even get back up there and break through that again. So if anything, I would like it for a short if it goes below the VWAP, to be honest. So we'll see if it goes below the VWAP and the previous day close. So
like look at Tesla here, Carlos. So looking at Tesla, and I was thinking it was holding the VWAP. It looked actually good for a long because I took a couple of shorts. It didn't work. Like I said, higher lows. It's holding the VWAP, but I mean, just look at those. That's not typical Tesla. Look at those overlapping candles, 4 minutes in a row at the exact same price within about a 50-60 cent range. That's not typical Tesla. So, and it could be like we were talking about, like not knowing exactly what time the tariffs are coming out. With all of the anticipation, it could be that people are just saying, well, why would I take a lot of risk here on this Friday early in the year, with uncertain news that's coming? And who knows, right? Because look, the tariff news may not directly be the news that moves the market, right? Because let's say for example, the Supreme Court comes out and says all the tariffs are completely illegal. The administration could come out and with something against that, or some other approach that the market may or may not like. On the other side, if the Supreme Court says we'll allow it and we're deeming them to be within the power of the executive branch, who knows, right? The news could then shift to the White House again with the Trump administration saying, great, we're doubling down, right, and going with more, which the market likely would not like. So it's tough to tell, right? Like it's tough to tell what impact this could have. The White House could be completely silent when the Supreme Court, or we may not get an announcement at all. Like there's just so many variables. It sort of makes sense to me that we're seeing this subdued price action right now, because again, imagine if you had, if you had 10 or 20 or $100 million to deploy, you don't want to do it in the face of just that uncertainty. So
agreed.
Oh, look at this.
Great comments in chat, friends. I love it. Great stuff. Friends, wow, 1,126 people in chat. That's gotta be a record. That's got to be a record for YouTube.
That's good.
For sure. Yeah, that's definitely, I don't think I ever read that number out. So that's definitely a record there. So thank you guys for the support. Really appreciate it. As we hit our 600,000 subscribers, man, that was awesome. We did that through the night there. Oof. So really happy about that.
Carlos, did you, you didn't go short, did you, on Tesla? Because you, on Nvidia, sorry, because you called it.
No, I did not. Look at it now. No. Yeah. I did not, man. But it looks so weak. And I would have waited for like the breakdown, and the pullback. So I wouldn't have been on this entry here. Even if I was watching, it would have not been on there. I think. You never know. Maybe I would have gotten a gut feeling. Right. Peter, Doug says if you're gonna give out participation trophies, they got to have 6-7 on it.
Oh my God. No.
I agree.
Then we can both be angry. I don't know why. I don't know why that 6-7.
It pisses you off. Hey,
it really does. It really.
You're
does.
having a grandpa grumpy moment. It's okay.
I guess so. But the funny thing for me is I don't have any kids. I don't have any grandkids. Like even over the holidays with my nieces and nephews and kids that were here. Grandnieces and nephews. Anyways, none of them ever said it or mentioned it. So like I've never heard it live. I've never heard somebody say it in the wild. So
you haven't seen them go like this, 6-7? You haven't?
I've never seen like a kid live do that.
Yeah.
And yet it still really aggravates me, and I don't know why. I mean, I have kids, but they're all adults.
Yeah, they're not at that age. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like even my older daughter she's 12. She's like, she doesn't get. She's like, this is stupid. Like but my two young ones, they love it. I tell you, it's fun. Peter, I don't know if you had this in Canada or when you were growing up, but do you remember the gill? You guys from the East Coast, you guys know that's a gill. Like if you said something that was very corny or not funny, like a dad joke, like if you said something that was not funny, that's a gill. You guys remember that? Did anybody go through that, or is it just in my little small world over here? So that was a big thing back in school. Like if you said something that was like stupid, you got a gill, and it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that. Like that was so dumb, but we as a kid we loved it. But it was. I'm looking back
Uh,
like, oh, that is so dumb. That is so dumb. I'm not sure if it was an
I
East
don't.
Coast thing here in
I
New York,
maybe
but
maybe I've never heard that. So okay.
again, yeah, because back in our days, it was much tougher to make things go viral. So stuff went viral just in your area. You're not making
That's
it go
right. Yeah,
viral in the country. You
they,
know.
they, they could have been regional, very regional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tesla just went green. Tesla's back over yesterday's close.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Nvidia pulled back to the VWAP, but is dropping again. So pretty wild
Well,
today.
this is what I
Again,
was
despite
waiting
having
for on the on the Nvidia here. Like, if we get a pullback and some weakness here, I might like this short. Target would be low of the day, but let's see. Atlas actually showing bearish, man. It's actually showing
yeah,
slightly
see,
bearish, not by much, but
you think so? Atlas is a
uh,
little mixed here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, not by
it's tough to
much.
tell. There's not a lot of like this is relatively light orders for Nvidia. So, anyways, yeah, it's tough to tell what where
Yeah,
things
yeah.
are gonna go. What happened in the chat room? Oh, it's Andrew's
Oh,
disappeared.
having problems, connections.
No, no,
Okay.
no. He was there.
Yeah,
He's
saw him
gone.
earlier. Saw him a few
Brian's
minutes ago.
Brian's
All
pretty
right, I'm
quiet.
gonna go short. Gonna
I
go
kn-
short
I
Nvidia
know
here,
he.
friends.
Okay.
You know what? He what?
I know he had a bad trade to start.
Oh,
I think
damn.
he. But maybe that got him
Needed a break.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he had a great day yesterday. Like, even with
Yeah.
he's had a rough start 2026, but it
Yeah.
happens. He'll bounce right from that. We all go through those stretches of bad trading where nobody's immune to it. But if you
Wow.
have good risk management,
Apple went down.
doesn't matter. You can survive. You can survive. I always tell people, like, you can be a mediocre trader. Like, you really can. You could be a mediocre day trader, but if you have amazing risk management, you can actually be profitable. You can actually be profitable. So just keep that in mind. All right, Nvidia's going
Frankly,
against me here.
most traders with exceptional results are technically mediocre traders, like you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the traders that have the exceptional results that make the amazing trades usually blow up at some point because they're taking risk way above their profile and it works until it
Yes.
doesn't, right?
Right,
And
right.
usually they get themselves into trouble. So yeah, I mean that's the reality. It's a base hits, baby. Right? I used
Yeah,
to use
yeah,
Moneyball in some of my webinars because it is the Moneyball theory. Get on base. That's
yeah,
you're not
yeah.
going for the home runs, right? Look at home run hitters. Home run hitters strike out more than anybody because you're going for the big swing. That's not what we want. We just want to get on base. That's it, baby.
Yeah.
Just get on base. So,
So here
anyways,
I'm right at my stop. But
yeah,
then I wanted to go above the previous day close. It looks so bullish now, though. I'm wondering if I wait for my setup to go long here and not just do a flip. But I don't want to overtrade this. If I can get a pullback and a confirmation. So I'm just waiting for, if I can get the setup the other way, I'll flip it here. If not, I expect to go lower. So let's see. And if it just shoots up above this here, 125, 185, 30, if it goes above where it's at now, then I got to get out. Like, I cannot go above 130, 185, 37 doesn't make no sense. So let's see. If it pulls back here, I haven't done this in a while, flip position, but if it pulls back here and this comes back up, I'm going to flip here. We'll do it in one shot. We got a hotkey for that. So let's see. Let's see if I haven't used that hotkey in a while. You can tell there's not a lot of fingerprints on it, but it's there. It might actually work the other way. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so the VWAP breakout is failing. But I gotta tell you, the Atlas, the minute if I get in the green, I'm probably gonna be aggressive with the parcels because the Atlas, the minute we went up, it just started looking so bullish again. So, you was right, Peter. It was very balanced out when I took the trade, and the minute it got above the previous day close on the VWAP, it started looking a lot more bullish against me. So we might get lucky here, but it's not really. This is not the best trade. So this might be a lucky situation if we can get lower. So let's see. or we can get out now and then look for the long. I don't know. It's a lot going on. All right, how you guys doing so far on this beautiful Friday? Sun is out. It is warm in the East Coast. It is beautiful. It's such a difference, man. Like energy and everything. I get what Andrew's talking about. This Vancouver stuff, Seattle type weather. It's brutal, man. Because the sun being out, even here, hasn't been out for a while because it's cloudy. It's been snowing, whatever. It is nice. It's nice to see the sun rays come out and warm up your face. If you don't get that for a couple of days, that could be depressing. I can see that. All right, so back down. There's some level here, guys. There's some level in Nvidia right here. One. Let me mark it down. Let me mark this area. 184.37, and then let's go look at the daily. See what is the issue here. 184. I don't see nothing here. Anybody has camera pivot points? Anybody see anything there on that area? You just keep bouncing from there, but I don't see anything on the daily there at all. So that's sure. What R is that for anybody that's using pivot points? Is there an R around there? What's the next R target? Nope, nothing on Nvidia. Okay, so nothing there. What's important yesterday? Let me look at yesterday. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely was important yesterday. You could see here, yeah, it kind of used that support a couple of times with the low of the day, of course. All right, that could be it. All right, let's see if we could break that down then. Towards the low of the day would be awesome. S1. All right, so S1 is not too crazy, right, Chris? It's not like shouldn't be a big deal. So let's hope we could break down from there. It loves the support here. New low below this will be really nice. We might get a nice flush. But I'll tell you that you look at Atlas, it is bullish to me. It really is bullish. Even as we're dropping here and the pattern starts lower and lower, it doesn't look heavy to the downside.
Yeah, Nvidia's just stuck in the range here.
We are in
now.
chop town right now. So
indeed, where's our guy, Carlos?
Our guy's here, man. Our guy's right over here. He's
there he goes.
We need some sound effects on this thing. We gotta get. I feel like I need to hear the board thing.
Yeah. Was that you adding some little sound effects there?
Yeah.
I like it.
Gotta add something there. All right, come on, break down, retest, and fail. Let's see what it wants to do. All right, anything else? MU looking good, looking strong, holding here nicely. SMR at the VWAP. Not much going on. OKLO just died. I mean, it's just sideways. Very tight range. So careful on that. Nvidia also not looking great here. Intel.
What do we got coming out of 10 here? We've got
what do we have?
Let's see if the market does anything right here at 10. Again, uncertain what data is coming out. We have the Michigan consumer sentiment, but that's not a big number. I don't see that number out yet. Let's see. I see nothing there. We got Nvidia that's now at the top side of the range. Tesla is holding the green.
Okay, some reaction here. That looks good.
Tough morning. Tough morning.
That looks good.
Oh man, look at the Look at the rejection right off of yesterday's close.
Yeah.
Again, that
Yeah, that's
185
nice.
number. Remember, we mentioned this pre-market, how
Yeah.
significant that number was yesterday. And again, look at how many times it's used that either as support or resistance. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it definitely bounced off of that.
And then this 184.38, it's just, it
Yeah,
won't
it's
budge. It will not budge. Like the minute we get below that, I'm gonna take a partial. But it's just not letting up at all. So,
mm. Oh,
and
I
we
didn't realize
tested this more.
you're still hanging in there.
Yeah, we tested this more
Good
times to
trade.
the downside than we have to the up. So the up we have like one, maybe two here together,
Mm.
and here. But this has been okay. Here it is.
Yeah.
Finally,
Come on, here we
maybe,
go. Let's
maybe
go.
there.
There. It is
Give
a
us a
few cents
drop.
below, but it's right back.
Yeah,
Oh my
right
goodness.
back, man.
Well,
It is it is
this
a
is
tough level.
this,
It is having a really hard
yeah.
time here. Uh, we can't have see, and then the pullback is so significant. It doesn't give it time to just ram it again and drop it lower. It's not doing that, so that's the concerning part. And if I look at Atlas, this just looks very balanced out, even more bullish than anything. Shushu, I can't wait. I'm counting the days. Counting the days for? What are you waiting for? What are you counting the days
What?
on over on X? On X. Oh, she's replying to Ben. What is Ben saying?
Should have gone long Tesla. Oh well.
Oh yeah, nice breakout. Nice breakout. All right, guys. So we're just hanging. We're just hanging, waiting. So my stop now. My stop. I don't want this going above previous day close. Here, I'm gonna stop out if it comes above previous day close. If anything's gonna be a long. We tested this 184 so many times. I know previous day close has been this 185 has been a great area of resistance, but everything is telling me, man, this is a long. It's setting up that way, so I might be getting out here. If we go above the VWAP, I'm bailing on it. I want the previous day. I'm sorry, not the VWAP. Sorry, the previous day close. I want that to be resistance as it was here. But it looks long. Yeah, see? We just keep coming to it. Keep coming to it. Getting rejected, but I don't think that rejection is going to last long. Just because the way the Atlas looks. It looks like we get through that. We might shoot up pretty aggressive. But then look at this rejection here. Like it's really stuck in this range. Really stuck in this range. So that's my stop. Previous day close 185ish. I might have some slippage because I'm waiting for it to touch it and then see if I continue to get the rejection like we have the last two times. But eventually it's gonna break through if it keeps doing that. And I'm hoping what I just explained there to the top side happens to the bottom side, right? But same thing, we keep coming and we don't keep the momentum. So here it is again. We're at break even, just barely. And let's see if we can get lower. To your eyes, it looks short. I don't blame you because it looked both ways. See, look at that! Look at that beautiful drop there. Look at that.
I should. I should have gone short when it came back up to the previous day close because I mean you could trade this range.
That's a good risk reward. Yeah, that's a good risk reward, and yeah, that's a good spot. And right now you're up 50 cents. You can take a partial at 184.50. So yes, agreed. All right, one more time down to 84.38, friends. Let's see if this is it. The ping pong action continues.
One more time.
That's a great club song. Great club song.
A good club song. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Pool parties.
YouTube.
Vegas. That's a must.
YouTube. If you're listening, YouTube AI engines. Why are you giving me ads so I can meet Slavic ladies? What have I ever said that makes me want to meet Slavic ladies? I have no interest. Please show me cars, exotic cars. Thank you.
Yes, yes,
I,
yes, yes.
now that I've got these ads, that automatically pops up when I'm watching the YouTube feed, right? And I just
Yeah.
it's apparently Slavic ladies are ready to relocate.
They're ready to
Meet Slavic,
relocate. Oh my
apparently meet
goodness.
Slavic singles, only real long-term connections. Sure. And if you believe that,
Oh boy, oh boy. I got a DJ BBT party. I mean I still got my equipment. I definitely could start getting back in shape there, but I haven't used it in a while. It's probably pretty bad if I DJ anything now. um Here it is. Here it is. Break, 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 break. I waited so long. I'm gonna wait for a drop at least here. Let's see.
Candy loves green. You're saying the U.S. Supreme Court will not rule today? Did that come out? Is that rumor or fact? Because that could open up the price action here if that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
The other
I'm
thing to
taking on
watch,
partial.
apparently,
Taking on
President Trump
partial.
is meeting with oil executives at the White House today to talk about Venezuela. So
Mm,
that could be interesting to watch some of the oil stocks to see if they get any movement.
yeah, yeah. Took a small partial here. 20. I took a lot. I took 20% off. Because if we don't break here, man, I just don't see it happening. I don't know. So took a lot off here, reduce the risk in case we go back up. I don't want to give a lot of the profits back from the earlier trade. So um let's see if it
Oh, here it
continues to
is.
get
Yeah,
lower.
Reuters. So Reuters has released a statement. They don't quote their sources, but I assume it comes within the Supreme Court that says the U.S. Supreme Court will not rule today on the Trump tariff case. So, Carlos, the market might be free to move now. Oh, look at that. Ah, I
Oh.
missed the opportunity to get in. Dope. Look at that. All right, so you
You
got
know
a
what,
good drop
man?
on Nvidia.
The mind is
It was a
is a
hard.
crazy thing. The mind is a crazy thing. It really is.
Yeah, I
Uh,
called it. I called it. I just didn't take it.
You did, but look at this.
Yeah.
I waited all this time. I take a partial, say, you know what, things are not gonna work out.
Yeah.
Take a partial here, and then you drop. You drop to 184. Like
Yeah.
it is what it
Yeah.
is. Market is rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. We were talking
Poor
about this
Carlos.
yesterday. I said it wasn't rigged. I changed my mind. This is so rigged. I'll take another partial here, friends. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
that's right. Forget everything he said.
Yes. Let's see if we get to law of the day. 183.70. That would be nice. Yes, it's only exactly, Melanie. It's only rigged for us humans. Oh, we might get a good move here. Okay, let's see if we can get the drop going. Come on, you could do it. Atlas is looking better in our favor. Better, more in our favor. It's probably the what we're looking for here. Um, all right, all right, all right. Peter, you would have had a crazy trade here. You would have been up at
Oh, it
184,
would have
at
been
least
awesome.
184.88.
I
That's probably
know.
your entry, and it never comes back and retests your entry once that second, that not second, like fifth retest happens at 185. So What do you think about Apple? A good pullback? Let's take a look at Apple. Friends, do not forget, we're doing another funded account giveaway today. We had 16 winners so far. We're doing one every single day. So here it is. The way you have to join is you got to be Lambos and Garbage Truck member. So you can do that by joining here. And you get emojis. And shout out to Peter. Peter joining our Lambos and Garbage Truck family, friends. So Peter is in. And then once we do that, you get access a little bit later to join our live giveaway funded account, $50,000 of buying power. And yeah, good luck. So Apple pullback where? Here? What time frame you looking at? I mean, right now it looks pretty strong, like it wants to break higher above the VWAP. Apple's trading well. This is good, clean trading here, actually. Better than Nvidia, I'll tell you that much. During that time, Nvidia's getting very, very nice now. Let's see if we can get another drop here. I want to be a little more patient with the partials. Since I took one so early. Yeah, this was a desperation partial. The desperation, like taking too long. I had to wait a little bit longer. That's okay. Let's see if we can get the drop here. Now the low of the low of the day is becoming the support here, but Atlas does look more bearish, a lot more now than it did before when I was trying to make it go short up here. So a lot better, not by much, but a lot better. $50 scalp. You mean 50 cents? $50 scalp. What are you trading? BE? You're trading Bloom Energy. This stock is wild. Insane. Intel pulling back, heading higher. VST garbage. Let me take this off my list. So garbage. Intel, Baba did drop. Who we have here? Truck Ripter Premium Logistic. Truck right Premium. I'm trying to see what the words are. Premium Logistics. Okay, there we go. You're a truck driver? And shout out to the truck drivers. They keep this country moving. They keep the country rolling. Nothing happens without these guys.
Oh, Carlos, look at NVIDIA right back up here.
Oh, my goodness. This is insane. Look at this.
Yeah. Sorry, I was on mute. I was busy telling you. And
oh, I didn't hear anything.
No, it's because I was on mute. I forgot to hit the.
Oh, gotcha. All right, let's see if 185 is going to continue to do his job.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think it is today, though. I don't think it is gonna. Not in this move here. This move seems aggressive.
Yeah, this feels pretty aggressive back up here.
Yeah. Yep.
As much as I said I missed the short, I wasn't about to go short on that.
Not here.
Move higher.
That is
no.
Tough. Yeah, because this is
when you're in a range. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough to tell on a day like today. I mean, it's not a day for big moves one way or the other.
If it was not trading so bad, I will add here. But this thing's been trading so brutal. Like I would add to see it, but not on this move though, and not the way it's been trading. No. If anything, we'll stop out the rest here. We got 2 partials in already, and we'll stop out on the rest. So let's see. We're ready to bail on it. Just waiting. See if 185 is going to be a resistance again
crazy.
On here.
What the heck?
All right.
Yeah, I don't.
We're gonna close this trade green, but It's been it's
But
been
you know
chop
what's
and chop
amazing?
and chop. Oh
Yeah,
my.
it's interesting how over time, Carlos, you can get into a trade that you're like, it's green, but I'm still not happy about it. Like
This is
it was not
yeah,
a
it's just
satisfying trade,
no.
right?
No, no, it's not.
I'm watching it and it doesn't feel satisfying.
It's
So
brutal. It's like we're begging for the
now
move
if it
here.
can
Like just
drop
do
from
something.
here,
Yeah, if it goes
if
below
it
the view
can
up again
drop
after it's
and
done
get
some stuff, do you like it?
right. If it can give you a new low of day, then yeah, then it's going to be, then all sins are forgiven here. But
Ah, exactly.
at the
Also,
moment,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. Now, how about for you? If it rejects here from 185 again, now it's consolidating, so it looks much better for a short back down. Do you like it here or no?
Right.
If it can settle below the VWAP?
No, no, it's a little no. I don't think so. I mean, if it goes below and then retests from the bottom, let's see what it does over the next 2 minutes. Then maybe Carlos,
Uh
then
huh.
you could see a continued weakness. But I mean, just look at how tight this price action. I mean,
Yeah.
is like we've barely moved anywhere. In fact, we haven't even moved out of the range that we set in the opening 10 minutes of the market, right? In the opening 10
Yeah.
minutes, we dropped down to the low of day at 183.80 and up to 185.80. So that's the $2 range. We haven't been able to break out of that since.
Yep.
So yeah, it's tough.
All
That's a
right.
tough day.
What do we have here? Anchor J7V. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. We are
Welcome.
glad to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How do you enter? How do you reset your account? I want to reset my funded account too, because I wanna do it again. But here it is. You come to your start new funded account training. You could do it here. And how can you reset it? Through your journal, I believe, right? Through your journal. Uh,
If it's a
see,
funded account, you can't
yeah.
just reset it at will, right? You've got to, I think, request it, and I think it
No,
costs
I think
money
you could
if you
buy
want to
another one. No,
re-participate. Yeah.
I think on the website you could buy another one, but I don't know if this is manual or not. But for example, I gotta buy another one, so I wanted 10,000 on this one. I want to start a new funded account. Blah blah blah. It gives you this. Continue, and then there it is. There's your information. So, Peter, you got a credit card number you can give me real quick?
1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2, 3,
5, 6,
4.
7,
Yeah,
8.
there you go. What you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Five,
Put that in.
6, 7,
I'm sure it'll
6,
work.
7. You said 6,
It's
7. Okay, hold on.
American
6, 7.
Express. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. 676767.
Yeah. We're gonna be giving
That's
one of
my
these away today,
credit
friends.
card
So we're
number.
gonna give one of these today away today if you're Lambus and Garbage Truck. So good luck. This is a 300,000 300. I'm sure you're saying 300,000 shares traded so far, but no, this is only $300, right? So it's the value. So if you win today, congratulations. But if you don't, you can sign up pretty easily here and get the funded account, and do that. Yeah, so a lot of fun. All right, let's see. Let's see where we go. For real? See, Peter? 1, 2, 3. Dark says, I said 6, 7, and his kid was like, "Who said that?" His kid's like, "Right up." Who said 6, 7?
Yeah. Who said that?
I was coming out of the airport, and the pickup, the Uber pickup spot. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, and actually no, it was 6. Pick up 6, 7. Like they have it by now. It was 6, 7, and the kid next to me, or his mom, he's like 6, 7. She's like, look, mom, right there, 6, 7. I'm like, yeah, see, that's fun. That's fun. Gotta enjoy that,
I don't
man.
know. All right.
Gotta
You
enjoy
enjoy
that.
it.
Now, what I'm gonna enjoy if we break down below this low of the pre-market, I love the day actually. That's what I'm gonna enjoy here. And the low of the day is exactly at 183 here. What is the low of the pre-market, Peter? Can you read it for me? 183. I can't see it too well. On Nvidia.
183.67.
There you go. 6, 7.
183.67.
6-7. Got it. Yep. Good job, Peter.
Thanks. It's just a number. It's just a normal
That's
number.
it.
What I love
Yeah.
is the fact that like this all came out of there was a rap song, right, that had this in it. It was one of the lyrics, or it is one of the
It's like a
lyrics.
basketball song or some guy's height. Yeah, it's yeah.
Something, yeah, whatever it was. But when they talked to the guy that, the rapper, the artist, he's like, I don't know, I put it in there. It doesn't mean anything. Like I don't know what it means, and I wrote the song. And
Yeah.
it just sounded good to me. So and then you never know how these things
Nice.
go viral, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here it is.
all
Here it
right, let's see if we
is.
can get back down here.
Let's see if we can get. Look, our ad would have worked, but again, it's just there
Yeah,
was no edge in adding that ad there at all, and that's why we didn't do it.
yeah,
So
I would agree.
even if I would add like 20 shares, which I'm doing, like very small amount of shares on my ads to practice, you just can't be randomly doing this stuff because then it doesn't teach you anything, right? You got to have some kind of structure that you can follow. So even though it would have worked now, it wouldn't have not made no sense for adding. Ben, stop trading, my friend. Yes, don't overtrade. Definitely stop trading. Andrew's podcast, I'm like 80% through it. The new one that he put up, same thing, right? Taking too many trades. That's like one of the things that gets every trader is taking too many trades. That's one of the things that we're talking about there with the gentleman he's doing the interview with. Taking too many trades was the problem. Focusing on an area
Yep.
where you're good at. Andrew talks a little bit about his trading as well, where he had to narrow. I'm good here. Outside of this lines, I'm horrible. So focus on what you're good at, right? So that's important. So definitely check it out. It's available on YouTube. I'm 80% through it. I haven't finished it yet, but I will today. It's like everything. I with the kids, and I don't watch anything all the way through in one sitting. If it's more than 30 minutes, it's gonna be broken down in two pieces. That's for sure. All right, let's see here. Back up. Can we continue? Nice drop. Nice drop. Keep going. Keep going. A lot of watching today, guys, for us, right? So, a lot of watching. Let's see here. Let's see. Tesla is doing this thing. Oh yeah, Tesla. Tesla did break out pretty nice here. It did. VST, nothing. Intel continues to push. Baba actually, that looks like a nice 5-minute ORB breakdown on Baba. Right here. Not much volume. That would have been a tough one. It looks better here the last couple of minutes, but the morning was a little bit tough. No volume first two candles. Then it came in, but it didn't look great. All right, we're back in the green on Nvidia as far as our remaining position here, below our entry. And again, this 184.38, it just continues to be a tough one here, friends. Over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, great chance to hit that thumbs up. We're sitting at 367 likes, which is awesome. We almost got close to 400 there without asking after the market open, but if you haven't had the chance to do so, help us to get over that 400 likes goal for me and Peter. Once we get there, we pretty much done our job as far as the likes.
Yeah.
So help us get that. Yeah, we hit 400. We're good. We've done our job.
Okay. All right.
We've done our part. Oh yeah, Mojito, patience is so the key. You just, I'm telling you, an 80-20 rule. 80% of the time you're monitoring, watching, waiting, and 20% is the actual trading of it. If that, it might be even less. It's a lot of monitoring. It's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of your trade book tells you more of the stuff not to take. It doesn't tell you the stuff to take. It tells you more of the stuff not to take. Don't take this. Yeah. Don't take that. And that's an action. Not doing something isn't actually your take. You're making a decision to not actually do something. So don't look at it the other way around where you feel like you have to do something to be a trader. No, sitting here watching and
So,
waiting is
yeah.
trading. You
And
know?
we talked about this last night in my boot camp session. So, a piece
Nice.
of advice related to that would be really when you journal, and you should always journal, right? Part of trading is journaling. And again, it's the paperwork of trading. Nobody wants to do it, but you're going to learn more from that than anything else. Why do you need to do paperwork in a business? Because it's how you can generate stats and information by which to improve the business, right? You can't do the analytics if you don't have the data. The only way you get the data is by recording what happened. Your journal is how you record what happens. But
Mm-hmm.
what you should record is not only the trades you took, you should be recording the decisions you made. To me, that's the important part of journaling. And like Carlos is just saying, a decision not to trade was a decision. You should record those as well. It's harder to record the trades not taken, right? How do you record something that
Yeah.
didn't happen?
Yeah.
But if you think about it more in terms of record all the decisions you made, whether you made the decision to take the trade or made the decision not to take the trade, I promise you, you're going to get a lot of valuable data about that because really you can start assessing you can start to assess, sorry, am I making the right decisions, right? And am I using the right criteria to make those decisions? That is how you're going to learn the most out of trading. So think about that as you go through your trading day.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. Tesla is on fire. Is Andrew Long this? Is Andrew Long on the Tesla train? Oh, he's long the queue. So he's long the market, which is
Yeah,
pretty much what
Tesla
Tesla's
bounced
doing
off
right
of
now.
that VWAP end previous day close
Jeez.
and is going higher. I guess I should have taken that. I'm really
Yeah.
struggling to be active and take these trades. I was short Tesla earlier. I had to flip my mindset and get it long.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't do it.
I I don't know if we're
Nvidia
gonna
is
get.
just being Nvidia is
Yeah,
just
I don't. It's being
annoying.
tough, man. I know
It's
it is
annoying.
annoying. See, but now with the market being so strong, Nvidia coming back up against this 185, I don't feel as cozy to hold on through this pullback here. I'm not
Yeah.
feeling the warm and fuzzy because the market is just ripping. Tesla's ripping. I'm gonna get out of this trade, man. I'm gonna get out. I think now it's gonna be a ripper. And if you're looking to go long, I'm not saying you should right now, this could be a good opportunity because I think that now is the time where Tesla might be ripping higher. Amani
Could be a ripper.
Bay, it'll be a ripper now. Amani Bay, welcome
I
to
like
the
it.
Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. We are happy to have you. 4620.
Uh,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome to the team. Um, so yeah, now I don't feel good about it rejecting now, especially after we didn't make it. Held this 184 again, and yeah, look at it go now. So might be a good long. All right, it wasn't a big winner. It was a very choppy, choppy trade. But we got two parcels in, so we're happy about that. All right, what else? What else is going on, Peter? Tesla is gone, left us.
uh,
MU,
left us in the dust.
yeah. SMR, things are starting to come alive here a little bit.
Mm.
A lot of bullish things in the screen. Anything at the VWAP that we can get a break on? I don't see anything at the VWAP. Nvidia just left the VWAP. So that could be MU. How about OKLO? OKLO's coming back up here. OKLO could be good if we can get to look at that. That could be nice if we can get a nice VWAP breakout there. POTR, AMD. Let's take a look what you guys are throwing out here. Oh yeah, AMD. AMD was good. VWAP.
AMD.
This
I don't know
almost
about
seems
AMD.
news related, Peter. Is there anything? Are we dissecting anything right now? What's no?
No, I mean there
Or
was no set
yeah.
economic data. We did get the announcement shortly after 10 that the Supreme Court said that they are not going to be making a decision on the Trump tariff today.
Okay.
So that seems to have opened the market up a little bit here.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it. I think that's the thing. I mean, there was the Michigan sentiment, but the consumer sentiment, but I actually didn't even see that coming out at 10. It did come out a little bit later, but it wasn't significant. 54 versus 53.5. So slightly bullish, but not enough to, you know, not usually enough
Yeah.
to for the market to move on.
Yeah,
So
yeah. All right, so there it is. Um, just two trades for me, but man, it feels like it has been two really tough trades, especially the second one. Um, so yeah, so we're excited. Oh, look at SMR, big move on SMR right now. OKLO, same thing. OKLO above the VWAP. I like OKLO. Let's see what we get here. Can we get a pullback in our move on OKLO? And if you are trading this stock, guys, I cannot stress enough: be careful with the number of shares here. You do
OKLO
not
and
need to take a lot.
SMR both
Yeah,
look similar. They're both popping up
yeah.
the same here right now.
Both
So
both going right now. Andrew, long OKLO above VWAP breakout. I'll show you what that looks like right here. Beautiful trade.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah. I like that trade, man. I like it.
Do you?
Well, if I like the
See if it works.
breakouts happening now, but I would love to get the pullback, to enter on my strategy. But Andrew does this all the time. He does his VWAP breakouts. Like, that's his trade, right? He looks at his stuff. He looks at the VWAP breakout. He's in, and sometimes I don't get invited to the party. Like, you don't come back, and it'll just keep going. So, I hope I get an invite to the party here, and maybe join. But he's in already and rocking and rolling. So let's see what it does. SMR, very similar. SMR had just an immediate breakout from the VWAP. Didn't really give you a VWAP breakout pullback, so just got going. And let's see, all close pullback here. Careful with the share size. Oh, I don't like that pullback. Just got to stop there and go higher. Let's see if he does do that. Baba, what is Baba doing? Yeah, reversing back to the VWAP here. Yeah, Baba's been trading a lot better. I know I had a great day yesterday. So okay, so here's the pullback on OKLO. Holding the VWAP here could be nice. Entry 113.50 here. 113 right here. 113 would be the spot. And
I don't know.
He doesn't like this trade. And the stop will be, it's got to be below VWAP. That's tough. You got to give it a lot of room. You got to take less shares. Like, I would take half size on this. I'll take half size because you got to give it to the VWAP. You got to give it enough room for the pullback. So that's like $1, 113.65 more. Because yes, it's $1.12, 112.35. The other option is to anticipate the move and get in a little bit earlier when it goes to 113.30. But we gotta see it hold here. See, there it is. Gotta hold. This thing goes up here. It's gonna be a good one, man. I think. We never know anything, but I think. Volume died down. That's what's making it trade a little bit choppier now, too. Like, the volume just died on it. So we need that nice explosive volume to come back. Let's see here. You still swinging OKLO short? Oh, man. I don't like the way it's trading, but let's see here. 113.
I don't know, Carlos. This is tough trading.
Yeah.
I
You know what? It looks so good here, and now the volume is making it look all crappy. That's the problem. But the spread's 20 cents, 30 at times. Not too bad. But again, you gotta take
Hmm.
Careful with the share sizing. Questions: what would be the best way to test the 5-minute RB using that trade replay feature? What will even be doable and a good idea? So any replay feature you can use and get the job done. You just got to know when stuff was in play, right? So one of the things that Eamon does for our community, he puts together a list of the watch list that we have. So for example, like every day, our team they do this, right? Because you got to look at stuff that was in play, but you can't. You got to try to find the opportunity. So every day our team puts our watch list
Right.
here, as you can see. So
Andrew,
yeah, they're coming up.
Andrew and Brian are on their way. Just so you know.
Okay, let me go log into chat and do that. So we'll give you. He has a list of the stuff that was in place. So you can go in there and replay some of those tickers from like 2-3 weeks ago, and then try to trade those. And I think that's a good way to practice. You could do that with the trade terminal replay too. Like we have that there. That's available to you. And that's a good way to practice. Good morning, guys.
Andrew.
How are you guys doing?
Andrew. We're it's a rough day in the markets. This is not great trading today. It's been tough.
Yeah, it was really tough for me. I had a really bad loss and I couldn't recover from it. TQQ is going well right now, so we made really good money on it, but OKLO really got me.
It's not you. It's a tough
It's everybody,
day.
huh?
Yeah.
Carlos, put that in the chat room too, please.
It's coming.
How are you guys doing in YouTube? You guys doing good?
Hey, Andrew, I think our friends in YouTube are doing great. We, for the first time,
Sorry, it was me.
Yeah, for the first time, we're over 600,000 subscribers in YouTube. I'm very excited about that.
Nice. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, everybody. It's
oh, no, it's me.
Yeah, that is great. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the great show, Carlos and Peter. Really nice.
We're excited.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All
Lots
right.
of viewers this morning. We had a good, well, it looks like we lost some people. We were over 1,100 at one point.
Yeah, that's amazing, guys. Congratulations for all the Lambos and garbage trucks and everything. Yeah. So, how was your trading day? I know, Carlos, you did NVDA. Peter, did you trade anything?
Yeah, I had 3 trades, but all of them were stop out or break even. I tried to go long Nvidia, but as you can see, Nvidia is very choppy, so I got out at break even. I had 2 short trades on Tesla off the open, but I got in a little bit late and I didn't want to chase it, and I'm glad I didn't. So I'm, just sitting here at break even with no big trades.
Nice, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So Tesla was amazing. Tesla did a really nice. Paris did a really amazing trade. He did an amazing trade on Tesla. Paris was the big winner.
Of course,
Yeah, he had a very nice. So he got actually long right down there, and then he added really nice on the pullbacks. It's just perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Look at
nice.
Look at that. That is, he made it his slave.
Maybe he's a slave. I like that.
To keep it PG rated.
Slave.
Wow, that's very impressive, actually.
Brian, how was your trading day? You did a couple of good trades, I think, huh? We can't hear Brian. At least I can't.
No, I can't hear him either.
Just make sure he's good here.
I don't hear him.
Oh. Yeah, I got his mic on, so it's on your side, Brian. Now it looks like you have it on. Check.
Testing. Brian, we've lost your voice.
He was a good man.
You know what? Must be that carbon monoxide going around up there. It's sucked his voice away. We were talking about this yesterday. He said he was up in his office there feeling all dizzy. We were worried he was going to pass out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paris deserves a lot of credit for that trade. I agree, Will, and those in the chat room. That's a beautiful trade. Like that's really one you take a picture of and put on the wall because that's a marvelous study in trade execution. I don't even know how would you go long down there. He must have been looking at the price action as he does so very, very well. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and you know, Tesla had some levels down there. So S3 was down there. There was also a level of, I think it was yesterday high or 2 days ago low was there. So, but he reads the price action. So it's a completely different indicator that he's using. Nice. So my trade, the win that I had was on TQQ. If I want to quickly recap what I traded today. Um, So the best trade that I had was TQQ, which is the 3 times leverage of the market. So it did pop up on the first 5 minutes, became bullish engulfing. So I went long, I partialed, and I added more for the breakoff toward 55, and then I got stopped out. Went back up again, I went long, I got stopped out. And then this was the trade that it was really nice, came up with volume. So I went long, I added more, and I'm still in there toward 55. So when you look at the 5 minute candlestick, it was pretty disgusting at the open, but this was a bullish engulfing that it was really nice that we took that trade. This was absolute sharpness. And then this was another bullish engulfing that I really like. The bullish engulfing is a very powerful, reversal pattern. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, you can actually make really good money out of it. So that was the best trade that we did. And the worst trade was OKLO. Unfortunately, I went short at the open. So I went short at the open, got stopped out, squeezed back up, and I said, okay, it's going to go up. And then I got stopped out again. Then I went long again another time, and then made some profit back. But this loss was really bad. So it turned out to be a negative day for me, unfortunately. Um, oh,
Well, sorry to hear that. So does that mean that the big account is back below 10?
no, it's not. Uh,
Okay.
no, it's not.
So it's not
But
that bad
no, it's not that bad yet.
yet.
But it's just that's not counting. Me. Put pressure on me. This
Yeah,
$10 million up and down is really pressure. I mean, yeah, it's not.
it does
It's it.
actually.
Yeah, well, it does help because the SPY is up. So and US dollar got some strength because everything that I have is in US dollars. So when the US dollar is getting stronger, so my account value is also going higher. Um, so there's some other elements in there as well. Brian couldn't figure out his voice, huh? His sound.
Doesn't look
All right.
like it, at least not yet.
Not sure what happened.
Brian was a good man. He knew everything.
Apparently, except how the microphone works.
He knew everything. Everything that was moving up, he was in there. Everything that was going down, he was short already.
Oh well. He's out. He's. That's why he's busy. He's shopping for his Lambo,
He
his
has
own
been
Lambo.
silenced. No, Brian is, I think his children are taking his money a lot. I think their hands, I think their hands are really deep into his pocket, so he doesn't have much for himself.
Poor guy. I think they're deep pockets. I think he's okay.
Yeah, I think it's deep pockets. She's kind of shady. I don't know why he has so much money. Like, he was just normal engineering rank in Canada. But his salary was just how much? 50, 60,000. Like, it's pretty shady like, the amount of money he has for someone who doesn't have a father either. So I think he was involved with some shady business.
Well, he'll never talk about it. you know?
I think he was working for Lafarge. Lafarge is a big cement company, so they have a huge plant in Vancouver, and he
Mhm.
was responsible for finding fuel for the big kiln or furnace that the cement companies have, and they cook the whole thing. So his job was to provide alternative fuel. I think he was probably having a deal with cartel, so he was burning bodies for them, like just giving the body, putting him into the furnace, and
This is us. You know what? Also, often this stuff happens when Andrew. I love it when you come out with your big conspiracy theories, and it's almost always when the person's not there to defend themselves. So Brian can just look on and go,
No, believe me,
no comment.
one time he took me to a recycling plant in Calgary. He said, "Yeah, part of my job is buying this garbage or recycling plastics and stuff as alternative fuel to burn it inside the cement." And it was such a shady place, man. Like it was private. It was not for city of Calgary. And then that was totally a place that you dump the bodies and stuff in there, like. And then he was so friend with that guy. Like you said, like if he's not a business associate, this is just such a friendship like you have with this guy.
Did
All
you
right.
see envelopes of cash exchange hands
There was
with the?
some shady thing going on. Yes, I have to
Okay,
say.
all right, well, all right.
All right, you
I'm not
can.
sure you should be talking about it here. This is recorded, so.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. He can't defend himself.
I love it.
Anyways, Brian, we can't hear you. What did you do? Why did you touch your microphone
I
again?
don't know. Yeah, something broke.
All right, guys. Any question right now? Because we are going to slowly hand over.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm still in TQQ. My average in TQQ is 5460, 6470. So it's gonna get there. Novo Nordisk was gapping up. Strategy sold off. The Bitcoin is not doing well. It's 91,000.
Well, yeah, watching Tesla sort of make a double top here and then pull back. Not quite Mountain Pass caliber, but still a decent move. Don't want to trade against Paris, but this is more my setup than his. He's had his fun.
SNDK SanDisk. What SanDisk is doing? This one's up 8% again today, huh? Made all-time high.
Did it really? Oh yeah, look at that. Just barely. Yes, touched a new all-time high. It's been on quite a run, hasn't it? We were saying, Andrew, if we'd really thought about it, this one wasn't on the radar back in August, but August it was a $40 stock. Now it's a $360 stock. It's a pretty good return if you
Wow,
were watching it. But,
that was crazy. The way that SanDisk and MU really ran, it was just crazy.
yeah. And you got to give credit to I still ONDS is another one of these stocks that I got to give credit. Megan, she's buying her pricing out her yacht. She called this late December. She said 2026 is going to be the year for ONDS. Sub $9 is where she was pricing it at the time. And look at it now. It's 14 plus dollar stock. So she's got more than a 50% return on that call in only like 2 weeks. Pretty impressive.
All right, Peter. Did you take any trade at the open or no? You said you took short something, huh?
I yeah, shorted Tesla twice. We got it at break even, and then I tried to go long Nvidia, also a break even trade. So three trades for me. But again, all put me right back to the zero mark. So nothing big. Nothing big. Hey, have you sold out the place in Spain? You got everybody filled up?
Yeah, we are actually full. So I have to
Good.
talk to them because it was a little bit oversubscribed. So I have to talk to
Hmm.
people about sharing the rooms and stuff. I'm excited. Apparently, Spain weather is getting good too. It's getting warmer, so it's nice. I'm excited. I need to get out of Vancouver, man. I have this seasonal depression right now. It's just too dark, too cold. It's been a month that I haven't seen sun since I came back from Thailand. It hasn't been sunny. Um, so yeah, looking forward to spend a week, and I think I'm gonna leave Vancouver soon. Probably Europe is the place.
Hmm.
London.
Well, every time we talk, Andrew, you got a new place in mind. So
I know.
wherever
It's
you
just
choose.
everywhere I go.
Everywhere you go seems to look better than where you are. So,
Yeah, the sun is important. The cold doesn't bother me. The sun, guys, is very important. Like it's some part of Canada, like Ottawa, I'm sure it's pretty cold, but it's sunny. When you come out, it's just the sun. I think it's evolutionary. We need sun. Like we are animals that we need sun. Like and one time, like when I came to Vancouver as a student, I didn't have any choice. Like I was in my school and everything. And now I'm asking my question, like, is why I'm still in Vancouver? Like, I don't have a job. I don't have any roots anymore. I don't have like, why would I be here? Like, all the billionaires are going to Florida or going to other places that is nice. Uh, like, I'm not a billionaire, but if I want to choose, if you have like 2 weeks left of your life, nobody chooses Vancouver in winter. Everybody goes somewhere nice, like, because it's the last 2 weeks of your life. You want to be somewhere like, same
uh,
thing. Uh,
well, that's true. You know, it's interesting because living in Ottawa in the middle of winter, when it's bright and sunny, that's when it's scary because it's cold. Like usually, bright sun means that it's very cold. So it's nice. It's great to see the sun, but yeah,
I think
you.
Florida is the place. I think I want to go to Florida for the winter because
Ugh.
time zone of the Eastern is really good too. So I think I need to find a place in Florida.
After living in Australia, Andrew, I always said like my ideal situation would be December 26th, right after Christmas, I would go to Australia because now you get summers
I
just
don't know
starting,
why this
right?
is
So
not
you
working.
Oh,
It's
it's
there
working
you
working
now.
now,
go. We can
Brian.
hear
It's
you.
working
We
now.
can hear you, Brian.
Welcome back.
We got you back. He's alive. He's alive. Whatever you did, don't change it. Oh, he's gone again. Anyways, I said that, yeah, to me that would be ideal because I could get all 4 seasons here in Ottawa. I could then go to Australia, get the summer over the course of the winter, come back in, May, and then I get to go from, back to summer again. It'd be great. So the time zone for trading is a little difficult because now you're trading at, it's basically your like
Oh no,
14 hours
forget
outside.
about Australia. Forget about New Zealand and Australia. It's just impossible.
Yeah,
Brian,
you're
whatever
trading
you did
overnight.
was working at one point.
Yeah, we heard you for a moment there.
All right. So, guys, 5 minutes left. Any question, guys, before we leave it? I think I accept the loss today. Paris had a great trading day. So, guys, Peak Capital Bootcamp onboarding session today. Mike is going through that every week. So, if you have any question about the bootcamp, for the people who are not part of the bootcamp, that's the place that you guys come and join. And yeah, let's see what next week brings for us. You never know. Maybe by next week you have a different government in Iran. You never know. Like, All right, guys, all the best. I'm gonna sign off. Oh, funded
All right.
account. Carlos, did you do
Later.
the funded account?
Not yet. Not yet. It's already set. Let's do the funded account, friends.
Yeah, so we had another $10,000 on the funded account for Joshua Paul, I think from Tanzania. And he doesn't have PayPal,
Nice.
so I have to wire him for I think that was great.
All right, friends. Hashtag fund it. And we'll give our funded account away.
Tanzania. Is he a Tanzanian prince? Oh, no,
He's a
you're sending
Tanzanian prince.
you're sending him money.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hashtag funded. Look at you guys getting in there. All right. See a lot of
Hashtag
people
funded.
qualifying. Hey, I should
Right
try it
life,
now that I'm
kids. Welcome.
now that I'm
Welcome.
I'm a Lambos and Garbage Trucks member.
Oh yeah, you could do it. Do it. Do
I should be
hashtag
able to
funded.
slip in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm gonna do it too. Let's see if I win. Andrew's
There
like,
we go.
I'm not giving
I'm
these
in.
guys
Says I'm-
anything.
it says I'm registered.
It does? Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Peter. Oh, you are. Sorry, Peter.
Yeah.
I need my chances.
Oh, you took me out. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Sorry, man.
Oh,
I need better
disqualified.
Sorry, man.
Oh. I just wanted to win so that you'd have to redraw.
Okay, I'll put you back. That's okay.
No, it's all
All
fun.
right, friends. 142
All right, let's see
entries. And welcome
Yeah.
to Invisible. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friends. Good to have you. Enjoy all the material that's there for our members. All right, so here it is. The winner for today is 1, 2, 3. Goes to Angelique Pilapil. I'm sure it sounds so much sexier than that, but congratulations to you.
Nice, congratulations.
Welcome. Email us, carlos@babelchurch.com, and we will get you all set up.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
also, I want to share, the last person who got the $10,000. So Joshua, this is interesting because he made some really good money in the first few weeks. And then after that, he either got the performance anxiety or he was just super cautious not to lose it. So again, around this time, he just really tried to not to lose that money, which is okay. He's going to get the money. But the problem with this is, if you really want to become a consistent trader, you have to break this consolidation. Everybody gets this really good trading, couple of really good, weeks that market really works for your strategy. You make really big money, and breaking this plateau is super difficult. Yeah, so the max payout is 10K for him, but if he was trying to trade, so meet the requirement, but at the same time, he was really anxious about trading. So that's why he, eventually finished his 3 months, and obviously he's going to get the max payout, which is the 10K out. He's going to get that. But if he wants to become a trader, you need to really pass on this performance anxiety stage. Everybody is making money. Like right now, I'm over $10 million, and now I'm getting this anxiety that I don't want to lose it because it was such a big milestone for me, and I get it. And now the question is, can you make it $20 million, or can you continue this return or not? And that's something that I really want everybody to go through. That's the hard part, breaking this stagnation that comes from performance anxiety. Well, congratulations, guys. So that's it. All the best.
Can you hear
See
me?
you guys in the chat room. Yes!
Oh,
now finally we can hear you. Say something again.
Yeah, I don't know. My computer decided to update something just before we went onto YouTube, so I don't know, it changed some sound settings or something. I have no idea. Another project for the end of the day
guys.
here.
Hand it
But,
over to
yeah, no,
you then.
Yeah, I literally just had a one and done trade today. I shorted Tesla right at the open and just got a really nice drop. So I really felt like Friday I didn't want to start messing around, but it was it was a volatile day for sure. And some of our traders managed to catch reversals, but pretty tricky. So if you manage to make money today, Kudos to
There you
you.
go. There you go. All right. Well, Andrew, hope your day gets better, or Elsa, should I call you? Whatever. Your cold never bothered you.
I thought you were saying he was trying to let it go or something. I don't know. Anyway,
let it go. Exactly. All right, Thor, take it over. Where do we find you today, Thor?
yeah, it's
What part of the
traveling about
world?
hanging out with some friends. It's still in the like the New Yorkish area, we should say.
Okay.
So yesterday I was hanging out. I actually spent a little time hanging out down there yesterday, and now I'm just bouncing around hanging out with some friends. So the
Good. Well,
beauty
enjoy.
of being a trader is getting to do whatever we want. So it's kind of fun.
Indeed.
Sweet. There he is.
So it is good to see everybody. I'm actually trying to get logged into my Bearable Traders on my iPad so I can. I don't really know why this just came from, but because I want to be able to see YouTube here, and it looks like that's working.
Yeah, and also,
Cool.
Thor, I know you're traveling today, but if you could get X, we got a couple of people on X too. So we started streaming on X about 2 weeks ago,
Ooh,
and we're
that's
building
fun.
a nice little community there as well. So we got Ben, we got Shushu, we got Uncle D Trades, we have GP Trader also on there. So if you could log on there, it's nice. So, but yeah,
Oh, that's fun. I'm so in. Okay, I can see me here on this one now on BBT. So, and then I do have X. I don't know if I have that on my iPad. So what do you just look through it through like the
yeah.
I've
If
never
you go
done
to
that
Andrew's
before.
page, yeah, we just started 2 weeks ago. So if you go to Andrew's page, you're gonna see a live button.
All right. So maybe I can do X on my phone,
Yeah.
and then I could just be all over the place right now. Like, let's see if my ADHD can
let's
keep up with all this at the
let's
same
push
time.
the limits. Let's push the limits. See how
Let,
far we can go.
let's push the limits of my ADHD, shall we, people? Why can I not see the chat over here? So far, not doing so good. I've never looked at like YouTube through my iPad before, and I'm seeing me, but I'm not seeing the actual like chat for some reason. Maybe if I do it in the app. Give me 2 seconds, everybody, to get my tech up and going, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. There we go. I'm going to come in on the app. That should make that. There we go. Now I can see the chat. All right. All right. There we go. I see Thor emojis. So that's all that matters. And then so Carlos, so then I go on. Oh, it says live on his name. Open live video.
Yeah, click on that and
Would you
you'll
look
see
at
it.
that?
Got some people saying hello to you already there as well.
Man, that's fun. All right. So we got me going over here. I'm like on X. I'm on like YouTube right now. I'm not in the BBT chat, thank God, or my head would just explode. So I love this stuff. So today, I was listening to Andrew and Brian kind of sign off. And I'm not really like, for me, I thought today was an incredibly easy day. So, but maybe this is just one of those moments where, depending on the type of strategy you use, is really dependent on really how your day goes, right? Because hey, long time no see, buddy. There are certainly certain days where, you're going to trend better. There's certain days where you're going to range better. There are certain days when you're actually, not for nothing, not to brag on X on YouTube or anything like that, but the audio or the video quality on X is really nice, Carlos. Like I really like, as I'm looking at it on my
Really?
mobile
Okay.
phone, it
Okay.
looks really clean on my phone. It's really pretty. Like it seems like it's really good quality coming through. So I like it, man. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right. This is fun. Man, I feel fancy all of a sudden. I got emojis with my face in here. I'm on like 10 different platforms. I mean, let's go. Yeah, I'll definitely talk about ghost candles. I'd love to. So first, let me finish that. So as I went through so one of the things that keep in mind, right, is if you're naturally bullish, today was a really hard day for you because it wasn't a buy day, it was a sell day, if not a range day. So if you were looking to buy, today was probably not a great day for that. Right. So, and if you look through here on all, I've got like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 calls, 5 or 6 calls. Of my 5 or 6 calls, 5 out of 6 of them all worked. Right. So for me, like AMD was a lovely short call. Right. That worked. Really nice drop. Maybe you don't get a full run, but certainly enough to get the profit. I took NQ. I got short NQ on the R3 call. I went out at S3, a little bit above it. Right. So I got my range run today, but it's a range. It's a wide range. We don't expect trends today. It's a range day. It's a day to go for the targets, get your profit, and get out. Right. Today is not a day to hold. Today is not a day to add. Today is not a day to average in or average down. Today is a day to run the ranges. Right. So, and my system, I couldn't agree more, Dalton. My system on wider ranges has me playing that way. So also our RTY or IWM, same thing, had an insanely beautiful call today. I mean, my God, just a beautiful offer into the area for the trade. I think SMCI had a fairly lovely initial short call that worked. Made the full range run, R3 all the way to S3. Did take one stop out if you tried that, but it worked on the second hit. Right? Apple, if you're looking for a reversal today, Apple bought S4 in the lower wider range. Apple played a beautiful reversal today. So for me on every ticker, Mara being the only call that did not work. And if you look at Mara, it's obviously selling. Right? So what makes it a range day? So why it's a range day, Premier, is because we expanded yesterday, right? So yesterday we had a narrow range and we made new highs and new lows on the previous range. So we expanded. Since we expanded yesterday, today we're going to be wider ranged, not narrow ranged. And the idea is we're going to be stuck inside of that expansion. Right. So we rarely expand multiple days in a row. It doesn't mean we can't go up. I'm talking about the range, like the ATRs, right? Like how high can we go? How low can we go? Right. These are the things I'm really more concerned with. Right. So if you notice if you zoom out on let's say AMD, for instance, right? AMD, you can see it's a wide range. Right. So we're expecting to run these ranges today. Right now we're breaking out. It's a lower range. So we could go maybe a little higher, but I would actually expect by the end of the day, AMD will likely be back inside somewhere closing near its previous day's close. Right. So that's cool, Ben. I like that. Well, my cams are for equities, but they work on futures. So as you can tell, but I mean, my R3 short on AMD was almost to the penny. Right. So you're just not gonna, you're not gonna get a better calculation than that. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, Ben, I'm watching you right now, buddy. I'm right here. I'm letting my AMD run full tilt right now, or my AMD ADHD is running full tilt right now. So T Trader, no, and then I'll look at gold. It wasn't a bad read at all, actually. Where's AMD now? It's back up there, right? So if you're using Market Atlas, which I highly recommend. Market Atlas on AMD right now has an incredibly bullish order book. It is no longer a short. Before it had a bullish order book, but there wasn't any buying volume and you had big orders to the downside still. Now, and I agree with what Eric just said, we've broken our IB range to the top side and we've got a fairly bullish level too. So for me, we will likely sell back into the middle of the range, but it's not a short worth taking. right? It's going to be very choppy. It's not going to be very enjoyable, most likely. So right now, AMD is in a really like kind of a poor location now, but you can see these big orders to the top side. And if you've seen Andrew talking about Market Atlas lately, these big orders to the top side are very useful to see about overall intention. Right now, the market doesn't have a lot of interest in buying on limit to the downside, which means for the most part, our shorts aren't super in and our institutions are already in and are holding. Right. So right now, the profit targets are all to the top side and they're significantly larger. So the order book right now actually looks like it wants to go up right now. Right. NVIDIA is finally going to break into the orders above. Question of the day. Is it going to? So NVIDIA is being so this I think is a perfect example of a potential range day. Yes, exactly. See, I hadn't even looked at NVIDIA yet today. I'll come back, Eric. Thank you. Please keep me honest there. This is exact. Did you notice that by looking at the book, I said this is probably a range day on this one? I hadn't looked at NVIDIA yet today at all. Actually, I looked at it in pre-market for like 2 seconds, but I didn't really look at it. So how did I know that? Just by looking at the order book. Well, we have a large distribution of orders to the top side and a large distribution of orders to the downside. Right? So we're going to do is ping pong today between these big orders. So we'll probably run down towards here. Right now, actually, our tiering on the shorter time frame is actually better to the downside. I would call NVIDIA a sell today. I would actually be looking to short NVIDIA most likely, especially if it got to R3. Like if we get a squeeze, I would love to short R3 and play R3 all the way back to S4. I think by the end of the day, NVIDIA will close lower than it is now. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, Ben. Dude, it's so cool to see you, buddy. So good. Ayo. All right. Man, that's fun. Has anybody I just got sidetracked by a X notification for Jags. Did you guys see the new stadium that they're going to start building next year? Things to be dope. All right, gold. We'll do gold, Apple, OKLO. I really like the X live stream for me. Like the quality on it just looks crisper. It's got a higher, more bits or something. Dude, Bortles, what a kick, huh? Jeez. I'm so happy right now. You guys don't understand how many losing Jags games I've been to in my life. You know what I mean? So to be able to actually go, I've gone to 2 games this year. One of them was one of the only games they lost in the first 4. And then nice, Brian. And then but I mean lately they've just been crushing. Like, thank God. Like, oh my gosh, like it's so fun. Like the city, Jacksonville, by the way, for anybody, like we're getting named, St. Augustine, Jacksonville getting named as like one of the top places in the US to move. Lowest high pay versus a low cost of living, no state income tax. We're looking to drop the county income tax in St. John's pretty soon. Florida's looking to remove taxes for both wealth movement and other things. I mean, if you've got money and you want to keep your money, come to frickin' Florida, man. You can get yourself a condo down here with a beach view for like a frickin' fifth of the price. The only thing you got to wait for is the roads. Darn right, Mike. traffic sucks around here, man. There's not a lot of roads because we got to build them around the water, and it's you know. All right then. That's true, Eric. You're right. I'm playing this the wrong way. You know what, everybody? St. Augustine is horrible. You would hate St. Augustine. Don't ever come and visit. Don't come check it out. Like, don't come see like Nights at Lights where they light up the whole city for a month at Christmas. That's like the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen. Um, don't come and eat some of the best food in the United States. Definitely don't come and hang out for the oldest city, first settled city in the US, right? For the history, for the technology, for the movement, the culture, the beach life, oh wait, was that supposed to be negative? Man, I'm so not good at this. Oh my gosh. I actually grew up near St. Pete. St. Pete. Um, yeah, don't come by a house near Disney where every single night you can look out your back porch like Blake and watch the fireworks going off at the parks every night. Like, don't do any of these things. Okay, so I don't care for gold a lot. But I do like that it is calling and it's in a lower narrow range. What I would be looking for is an exhaustion event. So I would like to see a really hard sell like this opening candle. I'd like to see a really big, strong, hard sell right back into R4 that really pushes our volume, right? And then a response from that. And then I would be willing to long R4. My play would be, since it's a narrow range, I would go from R4 to ATR high. Oh my gosh. There is I will admit to you real quick, and then I'll do Apple and then OKLO. And then I'll do Tesla. I will admit right now, I am so happy. Like, I went to dinner in St. Augustine at this new steak place that actually it's not new, but they moved. Um, and it was the best steak I've ever had in my life. And I mean, and I've eaten at Gordon Ramsay's. I mean, I've eaten, all over like some of the great. I've never the beef was imported from New Zealand. They made this chimichurri sauce that it's called Michael's. Man, if you get a chance and you're in St. Augustine, I mean, you can book a reservation on Open Table. Oh my God. They make a beef Wellington. I have gold in a lower narrow range, not a higher wider. Mm. Oh my God. Don't get me. I guess you just got me started. Let me check these couple of tickers for everybody, and then we'll talk about this because I think this is important to transition into. Okay. The Mad As thing. All right. Let's do. What was it? It was Apple. Apple was a lovely S4 bounce, but it's having a lot of trouble finding buyers. But it's still good. I like it. It's a wider range, so I mean, it's a solid play. The reason why we have an exclamation here is because your ATR high is inside of R4. So I would target ATR high, not R4, right? So if you are long here, you know what I mean? You're not going to want to go for R4 on this one. You're going to want to actually go for ATR high because we're coming inside. But that does hurt this play. Having its ATR inside of R4, it does damage this play's efficacy a titch. But I like it otherwise. OKLO. I never look at this ticker. And now I see why. Just kidding. If I may, OKLO, don't touch it today. That's my suggestions. If it's a wide range, coach, my expectation is for it to stay inside of range, right? So it would be worth taking again, potentially. The only issue you're going to have now, if it's breaking high of day for instance, and it's broken high of day, you're losing some efficacy and the chance for a bigger traverse. So you may want to not get too committed to it. Long is okay. So my problem with me on OKLO is it's gapped, right? And it gapped, and since it's gapped and it's opened, it's done nothing. It's really just been stuck all day. It's already well over its ATR high, and there's very few institutions that are going to be willing to buy this at above what its daily trading range is calculated at, because that would be buying extreme premium. So I don't think you're gonna really, get much. I think this will continue to make lower highs. So like if you got long earlier and got like a pop, I don't think you're gonna get another pop like that. Like I think this thing will likely kind of wind itself out and maybe even break down to close somewhere lower. Let me look at its order book though, and let me see if there's some insight we can gain there. So we can already tell that OKLO is running a really nasty spread. So if anyone wants to understand why they get crazy price fills, OKLO is a perfect example of why. Look how broken its book is. So you see there's a big order to the top side and a big order to the downside with giant gaps in the price. And this is actually the spread. This thing's probably running close to a nickel spread right now, maybe even more. Right. So what's happens is if you throw a market order, you could get filled anywhere within 20 to 30 cents. This might actually be a third. Well, hold on. Actually, I bet we're running close to a 30 to 50 cent spread. I don't have DOS up, and this doesn't have the spread on it. Anybody tell me what the spread on OKLO right now is? It looks like it's like 25 to 50 cents or something like that. I can't believe you live in Jacksonville. I lived there for 7 years and I did not like it all. Han, when did you live here? Was it like a decade ago? Like Florida, since Florida in the past 10 years, especially Jacksonville has had an insane turnaround in the past 10 years. It's been incredible. It's gone from being like basically like one giant like place to drive through as quickly as possible. It basically went from that to being like now it's like a total cultural hub. I mean, brand new restaurants, the sports team, the Jags are blowing up. Lots of restaurants, new hotels, new bars, like live music, new fountains. I mean, yeah, the past 10 years have just been amazing. Like since around like 2000 and like say 2021 especially, this place has just made an amazing turnaround. You should come back and visit sometime just to check it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So OKLO is running a pretty aggressive spread, right? 25 cents, right? So that makes this one a lot less ideal also, because one of the things, especially if you're trading higher share volume, you got to be really careful with playing tickers with high spreads, right? Because you're very likely to take slippage, especially on your stops, right? So spread, what are you saying? Is 20 cents, not 2 cents. It looks like it's not just 20 cents. In some places it's 20 cents, in other places it's much bigger. So yeah, you gotta be careful with this one. So OKLO, me personally, just to wrap it up, I said it before, I'll say it again, I wouldn't be touching it. So if you're in a position, I don't recommend really holding it. I would actually be perfectly okay with whatever the price is at right now, exiting, just getting out of it and switching to a different ticker. I don't see any reason why I personally would be trading this ticker today. It's got horrible price action. It's got a very nasty gap to it, and since it's gapped, it's done nothing. It's in a really poor range. It's above its ATR high, right? And it's in a lower narrow range. So it was previously weak, and now it's counter trending on the gap. That gap was on very low volume. So there's a really good chance the gap is actually just a bull trap. So they've gapped it into an area of price where they're going to distribute into people who are willing to buy, then dump the price, leaving them stranded at the top. Right. So OKLO for me is a death trap. I would get as far away from this ticker as you possibly can, and find something else or stop trading. Real stuff here on this channel, right? I really respect you people, and I really care about you. I care about your mental health. I care about your spiritual health, and I care about your financial health. You know what I mean? So I will not BS you. I'm not saying I'm right all the time. I'm not saying I have the answer for every question or that I'm like some God's gift to trading, but I will be fully honest with you about what I would do on these tickers, right? So, and like I said, it doesn't mean I'm right, right? But it does mean like I very, very much care about you guys, and I would rather be wrong protecting you and protecting your interests, right? Than be correct because I would and exposing you guys to unnecessary technique or risk, right? So I really, that's really important to me. So let's look at Tesla, and then and actually that's going to get me into the next topic. Actually, Tesla is a viable short here, although not on my system because we went too low. We've also made new highs of days after 10:30, so be cautious. It may not make the run. If you were to short here, target would be back to the open price initially, and then 2 days ago's close would be the two levels I would target. Right now, we did exhaust our sellers, struggled, or our buyers, struggled and then engaged selling. So Tesla's looking pretty decent. Let's check its book and make sure and see if there's anything that kind of gives us some guidance here. Market Atlas. One of the things I love so much about Market Atlas, did you see how fast that just loaded? Right, there's a lot. Oh yeah, look at the large order to the downside on Tesla. Right, so see how our order book structure is significantly better to the downside, connecting to 442, but our top side is very lean, back up to 443. Right, so this book right now looks like they're going to try and go negotiate 442. Right. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so on the back of that, let's segue for just a second. Oh, not MU, Han Janice. No, not MU. Never again. I'm just kidding. I'll look at MU. So I have a MU for me is the ghost from Super Mario Brothers. Does anybody know what the number one feature of being the ghost from Super Mario Brothers is? Does anyone know what the personality of that ghost was? What only happens with the Super Mario ghost? Yeah, it doesn't move when you look at it, right? It doesn't move when you look at it. Every time you're like, ooh, look, it just goes. And then you look away and it starts moving. You know what I mean? It's just like a whole thing. You know what I mean? So anyway, so MU, I don't like MU at all. And I'll tell you why. I'm in a fun mood today. A hilarious nerdy reference. Welcome to being on this channel. um, so what I do like that you have reached your ATR high, right? So if you were playing short right now, there is a pretty decent chance you don't go much higher than this, and you're pretty close to all-time high. So you're probably going to find a lot of selling here, right? But that being said, you're in a horrible range right now, right? You're in a lower, wider range, but you're above R4. So you've gone higher than you should have went in this range, right? But it'll be very difficult to get back into such a wide range. So I would actually I would probably see MU as likely being incredibly choppy. Like you'll probably range and start chopping smaller candles right around 2 days ago's close, and you're gonna oscillate up and down around MU. That's awesome, Robert. I'm telling you, I'm sure it did. And you know why it moved like that, Robert? You know why MU moved so well? Because I wasn't watching it. Right? If I was watching MU, it would have not moved for an entire week. That's right. my involvement in that ticker will absolutely stop an entire market from participating on it at the same time. I'm like Professor Xavier. I'm like Charles X with the Cerebro on. As soon as I look at MU, everyone freezes. Like it's just not happening. Right. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, I guess like this, like for instance, if you would say like this move right here is a great move, I would disagree. Right. Like this is not what I would consider to be a great move. Right. So like this for me is actually pretty crappy price action. I mean, it actually looks like we're distributing right now. It looks like we want to sell, but there's a big fallacy. Everyone assumes that distribution means we go low, or distribution just means we're offloading float into premium, right? Where the specialists are offloading into the buyers, right? So you can distribute, then go up higher, then distribute more, then go up higher, then distribute more, climax, and then sell. Right. So, and it looks like right now on MU, we're setting up a trap. Like we're basically going higher so that we can bring in buyers to distribute, leave them stranded, and then sell lower later. Right. I'm not mostly a short trader. I mean, I do short more than I long, I suppose, but not by any other reason than that setup works more. My R3 short works way more often. Right. So I tend to short more. But that's Chris, right? So that was my trade today, Dalton. I traded in Q today. Look at this beauty. R3 to S3. So when we blew out R3 with that big volume candle and it looked like it was going to close as a doji, I went ahead and hit it short because it was a wide stop. I could only give it one contract. One full size, but I mean, this is still a beautiful trade. I mean, I risked maybe 500 at most on this one, probably more like 300. And I ended up making, the better part of $4,000 on it. So, I mean, it was a lovely trade. But again, it's a lower, wider range. It's a range day, not a trend day. So naturally, I only hit I went for targets, right? I didn't try and trend and go to S4 today. I went out right when we got down to S3 because that's all I was really expecting today. So yeah, love it, Dalton. You're killing it, brother. Good to see that, man. I love it. So, all right, let's switch gears back real quick, and then we'll look at more tickers. I want to talk about who's my favorite low float small cap trader to criticize once a month? I love him because he's so transparent. But who is my guy about once a month, right? I'm going to get on this thing and I'm going to kind of get on him about, nope, not Ross. Definitely not Ross. I actually have a lot of respect for Ross. I mean, not all of his stuff is always like golden. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you got him now. You got him. No, not BBT. Guess who's back? Back again. Yes, he's back. Tell a friend, right? So I've been showing this guy for maybe 2 or 3 years now, once a month, right? And it's just really important. So first off, don't get confused about the realized ones. I want to ask you, actually, I want to ask everybody, X, help me out here. YouTube, help me out here. Why are his profits so much smaller than his losses? What did he do? Without even looking at a chart, what do you know he had to do in order to make that happen? Both of those. He had the average down, and then he cut his trade as soon as it became a winner. Do you get that? When you're making $300,000, when you're losing $300,000, that means when you're going positive, you're making positive in a similar way, right? So every time he moves like a few cents, he's probably going up by $1,000 or $2 at a time on Acon. The reason that Acon is $1,000 profit was because he doubled down or averaged into his positions over and over again until it popped into the green. As soon as it popped green, he took it off. Same thing for FLYX and MNTS. I can tell you that with almost certainty without seeing a single one of his trades. It's the only way to create this inversion like this. This is not from break evens either, right? This isn't from break evens. Like, it's not like he was in the profit and then he got out of it, right? He averaged in over and over and over again. It finally went green and he cut it. And this is why on his winning days, and you can see down here, you can actually see it on this post that this person commented, P&L plus $3,000, $3.5K that day, which, by the way, I made more money than that today, right? And I made it using one contract. My total commissions on that one contract is going to be about $6, right? So I make more money than this guy on a winning day the vast majority of the time, but I've never lost more than $1,000 trading on a day, other than when I blew up my account when I was a brand new trader. I lost $5,000 over the course of a few days. I've never lost more than maybe $1,000 on my craziest trade I've ever taken in a single trade. So to see someone making $1,000 but losing $300,000, no, he's live. This is absolutely 1,000%. You can see the type as margin. It would say sim right there. This is an absolute. This guy's been trading for 15 years. This gentleman was one of the many people, kind of similar to Ross Cameron, actually, in the category, where he made a whole bunch of money during the big low float small cap era, right? He made millions of dollars, and he never adapted his trading style once that market disappeared. Right. So because of that, he continues to lose over and over and over again. But it doesn't matter. The dude's already, got apparently money, and, people still follow his stuff. So for me, I'm going to keep showing it because I want you guys to see, you know what I mean, it is what's going on. Now, also on top of this, can anybody look at the number of tickets that were utilized and the share volume? Can anyone give me a gross calculation off the, anyone in here smart enough that can pull this off? I can't. I don't have it right now. Give me a gross commission calculation on 500,000 shares at 100 tickets. I guarantee this guy's got at least another few grand. All right, what are tickets? Great question, right? So anytime you take a trade, think old school stock trading real quick. Think about this, Zeus. Right, you see it? That's a ticket, right? On the old stock floor, that's a ticket, right? So in the electronic era, when you fire an order, thank you, GP, around $5,000 of comms, right? When you fire an order, that's a ticket. So that means that guy threw 101 orders that day. Anytime you partial, it's a ticket, right? Anytime you write a ticket, it has a commission cost for both the ticket and the comms. Right. For the ticket and for the shares, right? There's a gross calculation based on the number of shares on the ticket, and the ticket itself has a cost. All the cost for that entire process is what we call the round trip, right? So this is why, by the way, if you're using interactive brokers, this is why you want to have your commissions set to tiered, not fixed. Because what IBKR does for you in this instance is they actually basically treat it like you're writing one open ticket, right? Right. So you get a commission reduction when you're using tiered because they treat it as, although you're partialing, and one, as long as your position is open in some way and not fully closed, they will consider that in the same round trip. But if you're on fixed, every single time you write a ticket, that ticket has a fixed commission tier, right? I am an indicator trader, not a pattern trader at all. I use VPA and Camarilla pivots. So in this instance, right, you have someone that wrote 101 tickets to a total of 500,000 shares. That's about $5,000. So on top of this, he did not actually lose $298,944.80. This gentleman lost over $300,000. Let's just go ahead and put it over the mark. Right? Now, if you're a small trader, and this is very, very, very important. If you are a small account trader, you cannot afford commissions, right? You need an efficient method. That's why I do what I do, right? Look at mine. 1 in, 1 out with 1 contract, risking 500 to make around $4,000. Right? That's it. 1 in, 1 out, no partials. I'm not scared to trade, right? I know what my system is. I know how it works. I know what levels I'm going for. I know why I'm going for them, right? I'm okay with losing. I'm a great loser, right? So it does not matter if trades work or not to me. Trust, I've been trading for a while now. I'm in, right? Like I'm good, right? I'm not concerned with those kind of things, right? I know my system works. Have I been not showing you guys my system every day for years now? And do you not see it working on multiple tickers every single day? Right? Best Loser Wins is one of my favorite books of all time. Tom Hogarth. Boyd. I love that book. One of my favorite movies is Moneyball. Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill. Right? I love the concept of winning by losing. I always have. It resonates with me. Right? I'm a normal guy. I went to a normal high school. I came from a lower income family. You know what I mean? I've been struggling my whole life. The one thing I'm good at is losing. Right? I can do that. Right? So best loser wins. Right? If you're, it's not about emotions. Like, don't do things in trading that make you feel better. Trading should not feel good. It doesn't. It never feels good, right? Actually, if you're uncomfortable, you're probably doing the right thing. If you feel good in your trading right now, you know what I mean? And it just makes you like all warm and fuzzy every time you get in and out, then you're probably not doing it, right? It's uncomfortable, right? You're gonna lose. Can you please believe me? Like I feel like never ending story. Like you've got to believe, right? Like you just have to believe, right? That the uncomfortableness is okay, right? If anything, not for nothing, it has to be embraced. I think all of us are dreaming and or hoping of some point when trading is going to just be easy, right? Like I'm going to sit down every day. When I sit down, I'm not going to care. My heart rate's never going to go up. I'm never going to, do this or do that. All of these different like desires and wants and hopes. And I can tell you right now, it's not going to happen. Andrew and Brian, they've been doing this for a long time. They still get stoked and put off by it. It's still a thing. Every time I get into a trade, I think the one thing that helps me maybe more than many others, every trade I go into is a loser. I don't go into any trade assuming it's a winner. You know what I mean? I go into every trade basically under the assumption it has already lost. You know what I mean? I'm focused. The most important thing you can do is be focused on the outcome without being anchored to the outcome. Does that make any sense? I hope. You have to be focused on the outcome. You have to do the things you need to do to create the outcome, but you cannot be anchored to the outcome. Like you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're focused on, if you're actually like observant, like if you're focused on the outcome that way, it doesn't work. You have to focus on what creates the outcome, the process, like going to the gym, right? I actually highly discourage weighing yourself when you start going to the gym for this very reason, right? Like if you're, I did this, right? If you're 280, 300 pounds as a dude and you're going to start working out, you don't need to know how heavy you are when you start. I mean, you could just do one scale weigh at the beginning, just so you have a benchmark to use later when you tell your story, right? But there's no reason to actually like go and weigh yourself every few days. Not if you're doing the things you're supposed to do, right? Not if you're doing the things you're supposed to do. The scale has nothing to do with you losing weight any more than checking your P&L has anything more to do with whether you make money or not, right? Those things are well beyond your control, right? But we like to try and control the uncertain, right? We try and force our expectations into something that doesn't exist yet. We do this personally, and we do this in trading, obviously. Right. So you have to stay focused on the process to achieve your outcome. You go to the gym, you eat healthy, you lift weights, you check your macros, right? You do all of these different things. You don't need a scale, right? You're gonna lose the weight, you're gonna put on muscle. All of that other stuff is just like, it's good to track because the tracking allows you to know you are doing the right things, right? That's beneficial, sure. Right. But you can't imagine you go to the gym for 3 weeks and you expect to lose weight. Anybody have this experience losing weight? Did anyone in the initial, like you lose a lot of weight in the first month and then you gain weight the second month, even though you're still working hard and doing the same thing? Because now you're actually building muscle mass in a way you weren't. But because you're heavy, you don't see the muscle mass. And your natural assumption is that, oh no, I'm doing something wrong. Now I'm gaining weight. Well, I'm not going to go to the gym now because going to the gym is making me gain weight and I don't want to gain weight. But the gaining the weight is going to make you lose weight because it's muscle that's coming on. So you're going to gain weight for a minute. And then in a week or two from now, you're going to have a big drop again. Right. So, but if you stay focused on the outcome, without being anchored to the outcome, right, it will work. It will keep going. It'll do its thing. But if you become anchored to the outcome, getting on the scale every single day, right, measuring your biceps every single day, flexing in front of the mirror like every single day, you know what I mean? You're not. It's not gonna. These things are gonna be so much more difficult and frustrating, right? So, and this is like your P&L. P&L does not matter. It's completely arbitrary. It's nothing, right? It's nothing. It's imaginary. Levels are not imaginary, right? Trend lines are not imaginary. Moving averages are not imaginary. These are things that are in the market. When you're making decisions, you should be making your decisions based upon your indicators, on your efforts, on your technology, right? You should not be focused on your money or your P&L. Like for the record, can I, anyone, you ready for a good soapbox on why I hate break even? Like the craziest like tool ever created, like to truncate profits and extend losses. It's the worst indicator I've ever seen. I used it for forever, by the way. Used it forever. But if you want to not make money, use break even. If you want to not make money, use break even. Anybody who has break even regularly in your system, I'm so sorry. You're taking money away. Like there's more money. Go through your stats, please. Take some time. Go through your trade book. Go through your trades and look at if you took and run the numbers on the slippage that's being created by using break even. I guarantee even if you lose one or two more trades out of all of them, the targets that you will hit otherwise will be so much better. Right? Just take the loss, get the target, or if you're gonna get out for a reason. It came back through previous day's close after it bought it, so I'm out. Great. I'll take it. But for God's sakes, not break even. This concept of a price that I was perfectly willing to short at or long at before is now no longer, worth it because I just happened to come back to that price that I selected arbitrarily in the first place and probably got slippage when I filled on using a market order. Like it's not even like where I was actually trying to buy. So Market Atlas does not have an app, T-Trader, but what you can do is, but it works really well. Just load it through the browser. And then if you're using Chrome, you can set it to run as an app using the Chrome's app extension, and it runs very, very clean. So anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit because I don't think we often highlight our risk management enough. Like I'm telling you right now, everybody, there's only two reasons I have lost traders. None of them actually involve blowing up accounts. Right? The main reason I lose people is because they either become successful or they become bored. Right? When I work with people, they either quit because they become successful or they become bored. I don't know anybody I've worked with that actually quit because they just lost too much money. Right? Like actually quite the opposite. I think when we lose, we're kind of almost naturally bullheaded and stubborn. I like that, Ben. An affirmation indicator. I love this idea. Yeah, well, they might just not like me, Boyd. That's fair. I guess there's a third reason. Maybe they just don't like me. I could never imagine such a thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm not narcissistic enough for that, unfortunately. No, I mean, definitely, I'm brutally honest. You know what I mean? I very much care about the people I work with, which includes not being willing to BS them. You know what I mean? So sometimes, so Melanie, you're kind of resonating, right? Yeah, exactly. You're starting to burn out, right? What I would recommend, Melanie, potentially, I love having you in the YouTube, so I don't want you to go anywhere, obviously. But one of the things I'd maybe recommend, right, is take a little time off. Like, don't just quit, like, or burn. Like, just go ahead and just like give yourself permission to take like a couple of weeks off without even trading or thinking about trading. You know what I mean? Just have a little, oh, you've done it. So if you've done it and that's where you're at now, consider it. You know what I mean? Like it's, or let it be a side hustle that you just stay passionate about while you look at other things, to see if there's something that you resonate with. Because the question will be, especially if, so let me talk to the place. So if you're going through a prolonged period of stagnation, right? So there's really it's very unusual to find a person in a prolonged period of stagnation that is there due to a lack of knowledge. Right? Normally, by this point, you've probably been around, you probably understand things well enough. That's probably part of what's maybe actually extra frustrating about this moment in time for you, is that you can see it around you and you're seeing it occur around you and even right on your own screen in front of your face. But as you try to grasp, it seems like the endeavor just always seems to be a little out of reach. So it's not that you're not making money. It's not that you're losing money. It's just that you're not thriving. You know what I mean? So it's like you're kind of just in this prolonged survival stage, right? So there's a lot of reasons why that can be, but the places I would take a peek at, because one of the fun things, Melanie, is if you've decided, or if you're near that point, you can give yourself permission to do something fairly drastic to see if you can make it work. And then if it doesn't, let that be your sign. You know what I mean? So what I would do is I would look at, especially, and I don't know your trading, right? But with I've worked with quite a few people, and generically this stagnation generically comes from either mostly not holding winning positions. So I would look at things like partialing, and I would look at things like using break even, and I would look at things at using a too small of a target. So for instance, going for like 2R or 3R, right? Because if you're using a smaller profit target, you're going to have to run an insanely high hit rate, right? I don't partial or break even. That's great. So I like all that. So generically, like what do you think is your normal, like what is a normal like profit do you get like on like an average winner? Or is that it? Do you just run a consistently low hit rate? If you're running a really low hit rate versus profit rate, but what is 600? How much are you normally risking to make 600? Yeah. Like if you're making $600, what do you risk to make that 600? Are you risking a couple hundred, like 200 to make 600? Or are you risking like $50 to make 600? So your maximum drawdown is $100. I mean, that's a really nice profit ratio. So what is your what is it normally that you what is your hit rate then? Like sub 20%? Because your hit rate would probably need to be like almost 10% or 20%. So you're probably hitting 1 in 10 trades, maybe? Because that would make sense. Maybe 1 or 2 in 10. So 10%, 20%. 1 in 6. Okay. Yeah. So that's perfect. So Melanie, see how I got there? Right. So because with your risk amounts, it makes sense that if one of your trades out of every 6 to 10 trades is hitting with the amount of numbers you gave me, that totally makes sense. Right. So the thing we got to focus on, actually, it sounds like your trading behavior is beautiful. So what I would focus on, if possible, I don't know how much time you've spent on volume and price analysis. This really helped me increase my hit rate because you're super close, right? So here's can I give you, like, as I close out, can I give you some medium encouragement? I won't give you, like, I'm not going to blow sunshine and rainbows, which is something I tend to do, but maybe I give you medium encouragement. You're very, very close. Like with your profiting and your hit rate and what you're going for, you're very, very close. Right? So one or maybe 1 or 2 hits out of 10 in your direction and you're making money. You're very, very close. Because basically with your hit rate and your profiting threshold, you should be break even right now. It completely makes sense. Right. So the thing we got to get focused on is getting your hit rate up, but just ever so barely. Right. Like everything is actually pretty nice. So if we can get your hit rate up to maybe more of like the 3 in 10 or 4 in 10, that number explodes in the other direction. Right. So that's the great thing about going for 6 and 1 or like 8, going for like, you're going basically for 6R to even 10R on some of your trades. So we actually need to focus on your hit rate here. So a couple of things is we need to look and isolate at why your hit rate is low, right? Because it seems like your trading behavior otherwise is quite nice, unless we're not being totally transparent, right? So, but it feels like you are. So I would focus in on things like volume and price analysis and a cooling. I have a section in mind that will really help you. I would also pick up some old references. Right. So I'm talking like Richard Ney as well as Humphrey Neal and Dalton. Dalton most specifically would be the first one I would go for. I believe the book, if anyone can help me, I believe Dalton's book is called Markets in Profile. I haven't read it for like a couple of years. But I believe it's Markets in Profile is the book I'm thinking of. I would take a little bit of time and just look at the more ethereal side of the market, like the theory of the market, right? And so in Dalton and some of those, you'll kind of get that, because I think maybe learning a little bit more just about the process and what's happening, and then being able to tighten your strategy up a little bit with that knowledge maybe gets you there. Because right now, I Mind Over Markets is a great one. Or that might have been the one. But Dalton's great. So, all right, everybody, it's afternoon and I gotta go. I hope everybody had a great session. A little of an example of what it looks like in my private coaching sessions, actually, the kind of stuff we do and go over. I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you all in next week. Much love. And as always, people, keep it green.